Chapter 379. Pine. The originally dim golden crow divine body, which seemed to be on the verge of dissipating, suddenly blossomed with an unprecedented radiance as a loud and clear cry resounded through the sky. Pine. Rumble. Endless flames surged out from the originally dim golden crow body. With the continuous infusion of Hunyuan, the golden crow body seemed to have truly transformed into a peerless divine beast that could burn the sky, boil the sea and illuminate the world. A suffocating blazing pressure violently rolled out from the golden crow body, turning into a burst of flames that crazily spread out in all directions. What's going on? Divine art, it's actually the divine art. Didn't he use the divine art in the Green Lotus Sword sect? It should have been less than 10 days since then, how could he use it again? Damn it, the plan was wrong, the plan was wrong. To be able to cool down the divine art so quickly, his divine art must have reached the third stage. He must have reached the third stage to be able to cool down the divine art in 7 days. Sensing the golden crow divine body that had finally completely declined and was now almost completely revived on the spot, the 3 true energy boundary experts, who had originally seen hope, were immediately replaced by despair. Kill. With 10 times the power of the true energy boundary, Tsing Hui was no longer afraid of using the golden crow divine body's power. Accompanied by a long cry, the golden crow divine body suddenly swept out a wave of blazing flames. That was the true sun fire. Endless true sun fire. The true sun fire that was several times more powerful than before. If the true sun fire of Tsing Hui's golden crow divine body was only a small candle that needed to touch the target to ignite, then now, the true sun fire had turned into a flamethrower. Endless true sun fire swept out from the golden crow divine body, the rolling heat burning the void, immediately suffocating everyone. Eternal radiance. While everyone's eyes were filled with fear due to the emergence of the grand sun primordial fire from the gold crow divine body, the gold crow divine body suddenly burst out with a blazing light that could destroy the heaven and earth. The endless light almost robbed the vision of all the 12 peak experts present. Careful. Not good. Get back. Get out of the way first. His attack is coming. Rumble. Amidst the chaotic roars, the resplendent eternity formed a torrent of energy that rapidly devoured the 8 prominent divine stage experts closest to it. Even if the 8 prominent divine stage experts immediately put on a large amount of defensive armor, it was of no use. The 2 prominent divine stage experts closest to it let out miserable shrieks as they were engulfed by the resplendent eternity power along with their battle bodies. It was like a piece of paper that had been burnt and blown away by the wind. The 2 vision divine experts died on the spot. But this was only the beginning. The endless grand sun primordial fire took advantage of the moment and the eternal light lit up the sky to condense into a giant sword that was as hot as the sun. The sword then pierced through the dazzling fire. Its target was the true energy realm cultivator who had cultivated the Aoyin holy body. Sun glory. Not good. Although the cultivator of the Aoyin sacred body immediately sensed the fatal threat of the soul trembling, the flying sword under his feet shot out in a futile attempt to escape the attack range of the sword of the glorious sun, but it was no use. The endless brilliance of the sword of the glorious sun was like a stream of light that shot into the huge body of the Aoyin sacred body. Then, as if a star had exploded, a torrent of destruction surged out from the sword of the glorious sun, including the Aoyin sacred body, and everything within a radius of 100 meters was devoured. No. The ghost chariot sacred body, the snake sacred body, and even the cultivator of the azure dragon sacred body, who had lost the ability to fight, let out a burst of angry and painful screams at the same time. They, who were well aware of the power of the sword of the glorious sun, could only watch as the true energy realm ancestor of their create evolved mysterious sect was completely devoured by the power of the sword of the glorious sun. Then, like a sand sculpture that was hit by the waves, it was completely shattered. True energy realm. A true energy realm ancestor who had condensed a saint-grade battle body was directly killed by the sword of the glorious sun. You dare to kill the ancestor of our create evolve mysterious sect. From now on, even if you escape to the ends of the earth, our create evolve mysterious sect will never let you go. Cho Tsing Hui, our create evolve mysterious sect will not rest until you are dead. Kill. Kill him. Several true energy realm ancestor of the create evolve mysterious sect roared angrily. Hearing the furious declarations of hatred from several true energy realm ancestor of the create evolve mysterious sect, Tsing Hui's eyes were also filled with bone-chilling killing intent. Endless flames burned on the golden crow sacred body above him, igniting the void and wantonly burning within a radius of 1,000 meters, exuding a world-destroying heat. Good. Fight to the death. You said you would fight to the death. Never admit defeat. Today, none of us will be the first to leave the battlefield. Kill. Keep killing until all of us are dead. Whoever leaves is a beast. With endless killing intent, Tsing Hui suddenly moved forward again. The golden crow's sacred body swept up the raging sun true fire and once again pounced on the cultivator of the ghost chariot sacred body. In today's battle, either you die or I die. Kill. The true energy realm ancestor of the ghost chariot sacred body roared and met Tsing Hui's figure. The huge ghost chariot sacred body collided with Tsing Hui's golden crow sacred body, but the moment the two collided, the golden crow sacred body was torn apart. Endless sun true fire burned along these wounds, completely igniting the ghost chariot sacred body. However, although the saintly body was about to be torn apart, the old man roared. The ghost chariot saintly body, which was about to be torn apart, suddenly wrapped around his body. Like a snake, it completely bound the body of the golden crow divine body and fixed him in the void, unable to move. Quick! Quick! Attack! Kill him! The old man roared. His face was pale and his expression was distorted. The ghost chariot sacred body was gradually annihilated by the sun true fire. The sacred body was the foundation of the cultivator's divine soul and was formed by the genuine qi. Burning the sacred body was equivalent to burning his divine soul. Wang Fu, the create evolve mysterious sect will remember everything you and I have done. The remaining middle-aged man, who had condensed the snake saint body, let out a deep roar. The snake saint body spat out a dark green poisonous rain, which quickly covered the gold crow divine body, trying to corrode it completely. Unfortunately, the grand sun primordial fire on the gold crow's body was way too strong. Under the blazing fire, not only was this dark green poisonous rain unable to corrode the gold crow's body, it was evaporated into ashes before it even got close to the gold crow's body. Seeing this, the face of the middle-aged man who had condensed the snake saint body twitched. The next moment, he did not hesitate to throw the entire snake saint body into the dark green poisonous rain. Suddenly, the dark green poisonous rain, which was quickly evaporated, suddenly expanded several times. The endless poisonous rain fell. Although it was still incinerated by the great sun primordial fire, it suppressed the great sun primordial fire that was constantly emerging from the golden crow saint body. The face of the middle-aged man who had made this decision became extremely pale and was filled with pain. He had used the snake's sacred body to create a poisonous rain to corrode the sun true fire on the surface of the golden crow sacred body. It was equivalent to using his own blood to extinguish the burning flames. His body would also suffer irreversible damage. This group of old fellows, they are really going all out. I want to see who will be able to win. Tsing Hui's golden crow sacred body was completely trapped. It struggled violently and crazily tore the ghost chariot sacred body's body. The terrifying power brazenly tore the ghost chariot sacred body into pieces. What are you waiting for? The middle-aged man who had condensed the snake's sacred body roared at the 6 prominent divine experts who had escaped from the eternal resplendent radiance. At this time, the 6 prominent divine experts did not care about their injuries. They roared and compressed all their remaining true qi, revealing the strongest attack of their battle physique. Suddenly, 6 terrifying streams of light were like 6 meteors that had the power to destroy heaven and earth. They fiercely crashed into the tightly bound golden crow sacred body. Die! Shatter for me! Rumble! It was not violent, but it was enough to determine the outcome of the battle. The golden crow sacred body that was firmly suppressed by the snake sacred body and the ghost chariot sacred body let out a painful cry as it faced the attack of the 6 sacred bodies. Its huge body was actually shattered and exploded into flames that filled the sky. The flames that filled the sky transformed into small golden crows. Under the somewhat dim 10 suns burning heaven's domain, they seemed to want to revive and reassemble. However, at this time, the middle-aged man who had condensed the snake's sacred body had a trace of determination on his face. The dark green poisonous rain that was originally formed by the snake's sacred body that was gradually thinning out became even denser. Correspondingly, the middle-aged man's face that was still relatively young rapidly aged. Yuan Annihilation Forbidden Technique. Elder Shintu Gang, the old man who had condensed the Azure Dragon's sacred body, revealed a trace of sorrow in his eyes. He recognized this forbidden technique. It was a kind of secret technique that squeezed one's life potential in exchange for powerful energy. Only experts above the true energy realm could practice it. However, the price to pay was not only that one's cultivation level would drop by 1 realm, but also that one's lifespan would be greatly shortened. Relying on this forbidden technique, the dim dark green poisonous rain quickly covered the small golden crows that wanted to revive. Like a flame under a flood, the small golden crows were completely annihilated. In the end, only 1 out of 10 could escape back into Tsing Hui's body. Such a serious injury was enough to prevent him from manifesting the golden crow sacred body for the next 1 or 2 months. This was also because Tsing Hui's recovery characteristics had reached the 10th level. If it were not so, he was afraid that he would have to be like Shin Qin, who would not be able to condense the sacred body again for 3 to 5 years. After extinguishing all the small golden crows, Shintu Gang's face was deathly pale. His body swayed as if he could not even stand firmly. Wang Fu, who had abandoned his saint-grade sacred body, also did not look any better. His ghost chariot sacred body had been torn apart by the golden crow sacred body's violent struggle. He had suffered the same fate as Shin Qin and the old man who had condensed the Azure Dragon's sacred body. He had lost the ability to fight. Although their complexions were extremely poor, the eyes of the 2 true energy realm experts flickered as they looked at the golden crow sacred body that had finally been defeated. Although we paid such a huge price, but it was worth it. Yes, it was worth it. The final victory belongs to our Create Evolve mystical sect. 2 prominent sage elders and a true energy realm grand elder have died. The Hunyuan heavenly sect and Cho Tsing Hui must pay the price for their actions. Several true energy realm ancestors and prominent sage elders muttered to themselves as their gazes fell on Tsing Hui. Their eyes were filled with fierceness. Next, they would carry out the final judgment on the person who dared to go against the Create Evolve mystical sect. Do you think you can win like this? Seeing the true energy realm and prominent sage elders of the Create Evolve mystical sect looking at him with the attitude of a victor, Tsing Hui's blood-dripping lips curled into a cruel sneer. What's the hurry? The first round is over, but the second round has just begun. Rumble. In the next moment, a vast and terrifying torch dragon phantom suddenly rose from behind Tsing Hui. It carried a terrifying aura that could make one's thoughts stop as it transformed into a behemoth more than 100 meters in diameter that soared into the sky. Surging pressure suddenly erupted, swallowing the wind and clouds and sweeping the sun and moon. Chapter 380. No. Shintu Gang, who had used the Yuan Annihilation Forbidden Technique, suddenly widened his eyes when he saw the terrifying phantom that was not much inferior to the Golden Crow divine physique sweeping through the void and suppressing the wind and clouds. His eyes were bloodshot as if they were about to pop out of their sockets. Zhu. Torch Dragon Divine Physique. The second divine physique after the Golden Crow divine physique. Wang Fu, who had barely managed to blow up Qing Su's Golden Crow physique after using all of his abilities and forbidden techniques, also stared at the seraphic dragon physique that had appeared behind Qing Su in a suffocating and dazed manner. He had never felt such despair before. How could this be? How could this be? He actually has a second battle physique, and it's also a divine-grade battle physique. The old man who had condensed the Azure Dragon divine physique was also in a trance. When he thought of how they had sacrificed 2 prominent divine stage experts and 1 true element stage expert to kill the Golden Crow divine physique, this old man who had cultivated the Azure Dragon divine physique, one of the 6 divine saints, and had a divine technique, completely collapsed. This isn't real, this isn't real. I don't believe it, this isn't real. Illusion. Illusion. This must be an illusion. Watch me personally destroy this illusion of yours. The old man collapsed and roared. He did not care that he was already at the end of his rope. His entire body was like a stream of light as he charged toward Xing Hui, who had manifested the Torch Dragon divine physique. However, because the Azure Dragon divine physique had been destroyed and more than half of the energy in his body had been consumed, the power of his attack was only equivalent to the prominent divine stage. Moreover, it was the kind of prominent divine stage expert who had not manifested his battle physique. No. Elder Huang Long, be careful. Quick. Come back quickly. Amidst the terrified screams of the illustrious divine stage grand elders of the Create Evolve mystical sect, Wang Fu, and Shintu Gang, the Torch Dragon divine physique, which was over 100 meters in diameter and was filled with a vast, awe-inspiring, and mysterious aura, grabbed the cultivator who had formed the Azure Dragon saint physique. Then, it squeezed hard. Boom! This was a peak true energy stage cultivator who was ranked in the top 5 in the entire Create Evolve mysterious sect. He had condensed the Azure Dragon's sacred body and possessed a sacred technique. Yet, he was crushed in front of the other Create Evolve mysterious sect supreme elders. Fresh blood, sprinkling the sky. Elder Yuan. Seeing Grand Elder Huang Long explode in midair, the 8 surviving experts all widened their eyes, their eyeballs almost popping out. Their faces were filled with pain and malevolence. Cho Tsing Hui. Wang Fu let out a shrill roar that pierced through the clouds, like a wounded beast. His face was filled with madness, and he wanted to fight to the death with Tsing Hui. But before he could rush up, Shintu Gang had already grabbed his body and pressed him down. His eyes were bloodshot from malevolence and pain. You can't fight anymore, you can't fight anymore. Let's go. Let's go. Let's leave quickly. If we continue fighting, we will all be wiped out. Everyone will die here. As soon as he finished speaking, he suddenly turned towards Yunkue, Chiyu, and the other remaining prominent Saint Realm experts with a heavy and sorrowful expression in his eyes. Both of us are senior figures that have cultivated saint-grade combat physiques, and the death of either one of us is equivalent to the loss of 2 or 3 ordinary true element realm experts to our creation mystical sect. Our creation mystical sect's true element realm experts don't have any advantage in the path of conquering the other sects in the eastern wasteland. If both of us are killed here, then our creation mystical sect will definitely suffer a great loss. At that time, the Limitless Sword sect might even take advantage of this opportunity to attack. I'll leave the rest to you. The Create Evolve Mysterious sect will remember everything you've done. A saint-grade battle body, especially a cultivator with a saint-grade battle body, was extremely precious. If it weren't for the fact that the Create Evolve Mysterious sect's experts who were above the transformative stage were closely watched and their every move and word would cause countless people to react accordingly, they wouldn't be willing to send out such precious forces. A trace of pain flashed through Yunkue and Chi Yu's eyes, but at this time, they nodded forcefully without hesitation. 2 Grand Elders, please leave as soon as possible. We will control the Void Sealing Profound formation to trap him here and buy time for 2 Grand Elders. I was originally an orphan. If it weren't for the Create Evolve Mysterious sect, I, Chi-Yu, wouldn't have everything I have today. Everything I have was given to me by the Create Evolve Mysterious sect. I'm willing to sacrifice for the Create Evolve Mysterious sect. Chi-Yu said resolutely. Take care. You are all meritorious members of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect. One day, the Create Evolve Mysterious sect will avenge you. As Shinto Gang spoke, he let out a low shout and then shot toward the horizon like a stream of light with Wang Fu. Escape. Which old man said that he would fight me to the death? Now you're actually thinking of escaping. You want to escape. I said, kill until no one is left. No one is allowed to escape. All of you, die for me. Xing Hui let out a long roar and endless murderous aura soared into the sky. Billowing waves of aura swept out from his body, majestic and mighty. He was like an unparalleled fiend god that carried invincible divine might as he attacked the fleeing Shinto Gang and Wang Fu. Quick! Control the void sealing formation and seal the void. We'll trap him here. We can't let him harm the two grand elders. Yun Kuei and Chi-Yu, the two prominent divine stage experts, roared at the same time. A chess board appeared in their hands and under their control, the blue space within a radius of 3,000 meters rippled with circles of blue ripples. Each ripple was like a chain that rapidly bound Xing Hui's figure. It actually caused his figure that was charging toward Shinto Gang and Wang Fu to pause for a moment, and his speed was reduced by half. No one can escape. No one. Today, all of you will die. Light. Strip. Xing Hui's murderous aura surged as he roared towards the sky. The huge figure that was bound by the void sealing formation behind him let out a deafening dragon roar. The dragon roar penetrated through time and space, and the space within a radius of several thousand meters was completely disrupted by this dragon roar. In the eyes of the prominent divine stage experts, the world disappeared and the light in their eyes was completely stripped away, causing their thoughts to fall into eternal darkness. In that boundless darkness, there seemed to be countless worlds rapidly being born, flourishing, declining, collapsing, and being annihilated. An indescribable fear swept through everyone's hearts, as though the most primitive fear of the darkness and the unknown had erupted from the bottom of the human heart. This fear caused those manifestation sage and creation mystical gate stage experts, who were originally unafraid of death, to feel uncontrollable fear in their hearts, and all of them went mad as though their minds had collapsed. No. No. We'll die, if we continue fighting, we'll die. Undefeatable, this is an opponent that we can't defeat. No matter how we persevere, how we resist, how hard we work, we can't escape death in the end. I've cultivated to the prominent divine stage and am at the pinnacle of the entire eastern wilderness. I'll be treated with respect in any force. Why should I be sent to my death? Why should the one who has the chance to live not be me, but those two old fellows? Go. Go. Quickly go. Quickly escape. The prominent divine stage experts, who were originally unafraid of death and had the thought of using their lives to bring up the rear, collapsed as they roared loudly. They no longer cared about maintaining the void sealing formation as they madly fled towards the horizon with their fastest speed. In an instant, the void sealing formation that was originally able to reduce Xing Hui's speed by half came to an abrupt stop. You all, sensing this scene, Chi-Yu and Yun Kuei let out roars of anger and unwillingness. After struggling out of the void sealing formation, Xing Hui's gaze pierced through the void and suddenly landed on Shinto Gang and Wang Fu, who had already escaped a distance away. These two true element realm experts with saint-grade battle physiques were definitely the most precious resources and wealth of the creation transformation mysterious sect. Their potential and value were even higher than transcendent realm experts. How could Xing Hui let them escape with their lives? Backlight. Following a low roar, the majestic, mysterious, and powerful body of the torch dragon divine physique suddenly spat out a muffled sound. Be careful of the attack. The two true element realm experts, Shintu Gang and Wang Fu, who were madly fleeing, immediately activated their mental energy to the extreme. They widened their eyes and guarded against the incoming attack. However, no. Even though Shintu Gang felt an immense fear and fatal threat, when he concentrated his energy to block the terrifying attack, he discovered that there was no movement at all. It seemed that Tsing Hui's so-called attack was just a bluff. Just as Shintu Gang was about to turn around and run again, he suddenly detected the smell of blood. This smell was getting stronger and stronger, as if the source was right beside him. Blood! Shintu Gang suddenly turned his head and looked at Wang Fu beside him. However, Wang Fu's appearance made him shudder from the bottom of his heart. He did not know when Wang Fu, who was fleeing together with him, had been completely shot to death. His entire body had been blasted into a bloody mist by an attack that he could not understand at all. He had died tragically on the spot. Wang Fu. How? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Shintu Gang's eyes were filled with horror. The fear of the mysterious and the unknown made his heart shiver, and his hands and feet were ice cold. Soon, he had a taste of the strange attack that was similar to what had happened to Wang Fu. Backlight. As this muffled voice rang out, an indescribable horror once again swept through his body. His spiritual perception was clearly constantly reminding him that a life-and-death crisis was imminent, but he could not figure out where this threat came from. Even though he kept trying to open his eyes and see Tsing Hui's attack method clearly, all that awaited him was suffocating despair. No. As the warning of the life-and-death crisis broke out to the extreme, Shintu Gang let out a cry of despair. The next moment, the pain of his entire body being brazenly torn apart by a mysterious force completely engulfed every cell in his body. At the last moment of his consciousness, he seemed to have seen the same outcome as Wang Fu. His body was torn apart and then crushed into a bloody mist in the next second. The four true element realm experts of the creation mystical sect who had condensed a saint-grade battle body were all killed. Chapter 381. Grand Elder. Chiyu, Yun Kuei, and the others' eyes flashed with pain. Heavy losses. The Create-Evolve mystical sect, which was rich and powerful, had suffered a great loss in this battle. Even the Create-Evolve mystical sect, which was the most powerful sect in the eastern wilderness, would be heartbroken by the death of four true energy realm experts with saint-grade battle bodies. Now that the Grand Elders are dead, what we need to do now is to protect the array flags of the Void Sealing Profound Formation. Return to the Create-Evolve Profound sect with the array flags. The Void Sealing Profound Formation is one of the most precious treasures of our Create-Evolve Profound sect. We can't let anything happen to it. Let's go. Yun Kuei and Chiyu no longer dared to restrain Tsing Hui at this time. They immediately made the decision that was most beneficial to the Create-Evolve Profound sect. The two of them each took two array flags of the Void Sealing Profound Formation and fled in different directions as fast as they could. The fact that Tsing Hui possessed a 9th-grade flying sword was no longer a secret after the Create-Evolve Profound sect's detailed investigation. Even if they were in the prominent divine stage like Tsing Hui, they were absolutely not confident that they could escape from Tsing Hui's hands. The best way was to split up and escape as many as possible. I haven't completely killed all of you yet. There are still people on both sides who are still alive. How can today's battle end like this? Kill. Fight to the death. Tsing Hui bellowed. The torch dragon phantom raised its head again and let out a long roar that could reverse time and space. Light sense was deprived again. Although they had lost their sense of light, the other senses of these cultivators were not completely blinded. They were only affected to a certain extent. Under such circumstances, although they still had the strength to fight, they had lost the correct understanding of direction. Their escape route had obviously become strange. Some people were misled by others to escape in a direction that was not far away from Tsing Hui, but headed straight for Tsing Hui. Tsing Hui naturally did not pay attention to these creative all-profound sect's prominent divine stage experts who had delivered themselves to his doorstep. The torch dragon divine body's thunderous attacks landed on their bodies and crushed these prominent divine stage experts to death. These prominent divine stage experts had previously fought with Tsing Hui's golden crow divine body and had used their innate ability to focus fire on Tsing Hui more than once. Their true qi had been almost depleted, and they did not have the recovery ability to reach the 10th grade divine body like Tsing Hui. Some weaker prominent divine stage experts could not even successfully manifest their battle physique. Under such circumstances, they were powerless to resist the torch dragon divine body's attacks. Divine body. Ah! Yun Kuei's heart. Yun Kuei Yun was end evolve. Die. Out of the 6 prominent divine stage experts who were fleeing in all directions, 3 had already fallen. What made him feel even more incredulous was that the 3 prominent divine stage experts who had fallen were not far away from him. Logically speaking, those prominent divine stage experts who had fled in all directions should have fled a certain distance away, but for some reason, even the one whose voice was the furthest away was only a dozen or so kilometers away. It could be seen that, although they were fleeing in the direction that they thought was far away from their target, because their sense of light had been deprived, their other senses had also been blinded to a certain extent. All of them were like headless flies that were randomly running around. If this continued, they would only be killed by Tsing Hui one by one. Our creative all-profound sect will definitely avenge me. Cho Tsing Hui, I will wait for you in hell. A mournful scream rang out from less than 10 kilometers away from Yun Kuei. This was Chi Yu's voice. Not long after her voice rang out, a violent explosion suddenly rang out. One did not need to think to guess the result that Chi Yu was facing. We can't escape. We can't escape. We will definitely die. Reverend Yun Kuei's heart was filled with fear and despair. Especially in this environment where their sense of light had been deprived, the darkness and despair in their hearts had expanded to the extreme. Die. We will definitely die. But even if I die, I want my death to be worth it. I want to leave behind something for my clan. I need to report everything I know about this child Qing Su to the sect so that the sect can truly understand just how terrifying he is. Otherwise, we won't be fully prepared when we send people to kill him again and face the same outcome as today, suffering heavy losses again. Yes, I need to report this to the sect immediately. When Reverend Yun Kuei thought of this, the fear in his heart quickly dissipated and his consciousness became incomparably condensed. As his mind and willpower condensed, the effects of light sense deprivation on him seemed to decrease slightly. He could vaguely see what was happening outside. As for personally witnessing a prominent divine realm elder who had fled over 20 kilometers away, he was misled by Qing Su and flew straight towards him, colliding into the barrel of his spear and dying. To that prominent divine realm expert, it was only a matter of a few seconds. This is, noticing the abnormality in his body, Reverend Yun Kuei seemed to have thought of something and suddenly woke up. Thinking. It's thinking. Tsing Hui is not truly able to deprive the world of light, he is only using a strange method to mislead our thoughts and make our subconscious tell us that the world has become dark and light has left the human world. Thus, our senses become chaotic and we become lambs waiting to be slaughtered in his hands. Under this kind of situation where our sense of light is deprived, the more fearful and desperate we are, the easier it is for us to fall into it and be unable to extricate ourselves. On the contrary, if we are able to see our true nature and have a firm will, the effect of this strange method on us will be greatly reduced. Seeing that the prominent divine stage expert would be killed by Tsing Hui in a few breaths and that the next target would be him, Reverend Yun Kuei did not care about anything else and immediately projected his consciousness into the primal chaos temple. His primal chaos level was not high and was only at the 4th level. It was given to him by the sect's upper echelons after he had made a great contribution and obtained the primal chaos technique from a rogue cultivator. Although his primal chaos level was not high, it gave him the ability to freely enter and exit the primal chaos temple. When he arrived at the Primal Chaos Temple, he directly stepped into the personal space of a Primal Chaos elder of the Creation Mystical Sect. When they saw him arrive with a frightened expression, the three sons of Primal Chaos in the personal space stood up at the same time. Elder Yunkue. Elder Yunkue is here. What happened? Yunkue glanced at the three of them. Two of them were extremely talented juniors of the sect and the last one was Elder Wugue, who was stationed in the personal space. He immediately said to Wugue anxiously, "I need to talk to you alone. Hurry, I'm about to die and don't have much time." What? About to die? Elder Yunkue, what happened? Wugue's expression changed drastically and he hurriedly waved his hand at the two juniors. The two juniors quickly left the personal space in shock. We received orders from the sect's ancestor to take revenge on Hunyuan Heavenly Sect's Grand Elder Tsing Hui, who caused great losses to our Creation Mystical Sect in the East Sea. However, this child's battle strength is unfathomable and we were completely wiped out. Completely wiped out? Wugue's eyes widened in shock. Although he was also a Grand Elder of the Creation Mystical Sect, the assassination of Tsing Hui was a top-secret plan of the Creation Mystical Sect. Apart from the Primal Chaos Saint Stage Grand Elders who had cultivated true Yuan and stepped into the Saint Stage, even the prominent Sage Stage Grand Elders were unaware of this matter. Although they did not know, it was not difficult to guess based on Tsing Hui's battle strength. Since the sect had set up such a plan, it was naturally guaranteed that nothing would go wrong. However, after hearing Elder Yunkue's report, completely wiped out. All the Grand Elders and Primal Chaos Elders who participated in this assassination plan were dead. Even Elder Yunkue was about to die and had no chance to escape. Big news. This was definitely a big news that could pierce through the heavens. For a moment, Wugue's expression turned solemn. Even a true energy realm expert with a saint-grade battle body would be defeated by the power of the eternal resplendence. In addition, he has another battle body, the mysterious Torch Dragon Divine Body. The Torch Dragon Divine Body has the ability to deprive the senses of light, which is similar to an attack on the spiritual level. It will cause the cultivator to lose their vision and their other senses to be disturbed and affected. However, this method can be resisted as long as the cultivator has a firm will. The key is his second method, which I still don't know what it is. I only know that as soon as he used this method, Grand Elder Shen Tugong and Grand Elder Wang Fu, who had already escaped some distance away, were killed without being able to put up any resistance. Even though the two Grand Elders put up 120% of their spiritual defense, it was useless. Grand Elder Shen Tugong. Grand Elder Wang Fu. Wugue could not help but be shocked when he heard Yunkue's words. You're saying that Grand Elder Shen Tugong and Grand Elder Wang Fu participated in the plan to encircle and annihilate Cho Tsing Hui? The two of them are the only 6 Grand Elders in the Creation Mystical Sect who have condensed a saint-grade physique. With the two of them personally taking action, even a true element realm expert with a divine-grade physique might be able to defeat him, not to mention a prominent divine physique cultivator with a divine-grade physique. Not only Grand Elder Wang Fu and Grand Elder Shen Tugong, but also Grand Elder Huang Long and Grand Elder Ao Feng. Apart from the 4 Grand Elders, there are also 8 prominent divine physique cultivators. They are carrying our Creation Mystical Sect's most precious treasure, the Void Forbidding Array flag. What? Even Grand Elder Huang Long is going. Grand Elder Huang Long is a peak true element realm expert who has cultivated the sacred battle physique, the Azure Dragon sacred physique. Moreover, he has the divine technique. When he uses the divine technique at the crucial moment, even a transcendent realm expert would have to avoid him. How is it possible? It's unbelievable, but it's absolutely true. According to our guess, Cho Tsing Hui has at least a 3rd stage divine technique. Apart from that, his recovery ability is even more terrifying. I'm guessing that his recovery ability has reached the 8th stage. 3rd stage divine technique, 8th stage recovery ability, these two numbers caused Wu Gui's pupils to shrink. How is it possible? It's at least 8th stage. It might even be 9th stage or 10th stage. Yun Kuei wanted to say something, but his face suddenly revealed a trace of pain. In the end, all his remaining words turned into an unwilling cry. Take revenge for me. In the next moment, the consciousness projection in the Chaos Temple's personal space disappeared. Next, it's time to test the results. Please recommend. Please subscribe. Please vote. Also, please help Qingfen accumulate strength for next month's double 10th stage on the weekend. There will be 10 chapters on Saturday and Sunday, 2 chapters on Monday and Friday, and 30 chapters next week. The storm is coming. Please log into your Qidian account and let Qingfen feel your strength. Chapter 382. Elder Yun Kuei. Elder Yun Kuei. Looking at Elder Yun Kuei, who had completely dissipated, Wu Gui suddenly understood something and couldn't help but shudder. He had fallen. Elder Yun Kuei had also fallen. According to what Elder Yun Kuei said, he was one of the last 2 survivors amongst the 4 great True Energy Realm experts and 8 great Vision Saint Realm experts, whereas the other was being pursued, and the next would be him. Presently, it was equivalent to him risking his life to send this news over. Quick! 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 The news here must be reported to the sect leader and the few ancestors as soon as possible. Wu Gui no longer cared about staying in the Chaos Divine Palace's private space that belonged to the Creation Mysterious sect. His consciousness dissipated, and he had already appeared in a magnificent palace. As he stepped out of the palace, what came into view was a majestic mountain peak standing in the sea of clouds. Clouds and mist surrounded the mountain peak, and celestial music lingered in the air. He could even see tamed immortal birds and spirit beasts dancing in the white clouds and blue sky. It looked like a paradise on earth. However, in this relaxing paradise, Elder Wu Gui seemed to feel an indescribable gloomy cloud lingering in the sky above the paradise, as if it would envelop it at any time and completely devour this paradise, turning it into a purgatory of scorched earth. Whoosh! Wu Gui flew on his sword, and his speed was extremely fast. He immediately arrived at the palace where the sect master was. With his identity as a prominent divine stage supreme elder, he didn't need to report at all. He directly came to the main hall where Dao Xuani, the sect master of the Creation Mysterious sect, was. At this time, Dao Xuani was talking to 2 supreme elders who were also in the prominent divine stage. One of the 2 supreme elders was Spiritual Master Hua Su, who was ranked 8th among the supreme elders of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect. Although Spiritual Master Hua Su had not cultivated a saint-grade battle body, he had a divine technique and was one of the few 10th order sons of chaos in the Create Evolve Mysterious sect. The other one was even more impressive. He was the personal disciple of Daoist Tian Ding, the #1 expert in the Create Evolve Mysterious sect. He had cultivated the saint-grade serpent battle physique and could transform into a giant python that could devour the heavens. His battle strength was unparalleled. He was also the 4th supreme elder of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect. It was said that his master was currently collecting Dao carrying items for him in order to accumulate his chaos level to the 10th stage. Once his chaos level reached the level of a high-level son of chaos, his strength would definitely enter a new world. Something bad has happened. Sect Master, something bad has happened. Wu Gui hurriedly stepped into the palace, his eyes filled with worry. What happened to make Elder Wu Gui so flustered? Dao Xianyi turned to Wu Gui and asked in a deep voice. Sect Master, did the ancestors discuss and send a team to assassinate Chou Tsinghui? Just now, Elder Yun Kuei risked his life to enter the Chaos Temple and used the Chaos Temple to send a message to me, saying that the plan to assassinate Chou Tsinghui had failed and that everyone was annihilated. Even Elder Yun Kuei himself dissipated after sending the message. I'm afraid, they have met with misfortune. That's impossible. Dao Xianyi, who was originally calm, was shocked when he heard Wu Gui's words. His face was filled with disbelief. Something bad has happened. Something bad has happened. Before Dao Xianyi had time to ask about the details of the matter, an old man with a decaying aura but a prominent divine stage cultivation base had already arrived on his sword and rushed into the sect master's hall with a panicked face. Sect master, something bad has happened. This old man was ordered to guard the sect's soul offering tablet. Just now, a disciple reported that there were several strange sounds coming from the highest level of the soul offering platform. This old man hurriedly went to check and found that the soul tablets of Elder Shen Tu Gang, Elder Huang Long, Elder Wang Fu, Elder Ao Feng, Elder Yun Kuei, Elder Chi Yu, and a total of 12 people had shattered at the same time. They have met with misfortune. Originally, Wu Gui came to report to Dao Xianyi and found it hard to believe, but when he heard Elder Gu Yi, who was in charge of guarding the soul offering tablet, report that the 12 soul tablets had shattered, he suddenly felt a roar exploding in his mind. The explosion caused his body to sway and he almost couldn't stand still. Sect Master. Quick, quick, the two of you come with me to seek an audience with the ancestors. It took Dao Xianyi a while to calm his mind. He said to Wu Gui and Gu Yi, then quickly brought them away on their swords, heading towards the residence of the elders in the sect. The Create Evolve Mysterious sect was different from other sections. The entire Create Evolve Mysterious sect was on the offensive, so there were not many founding elders who needed to guard the sect. The remaining founding elders were basically those who were nearing the end of their lifespans and were mainly in seclusion. Therefore, there were only a dozen or so true energy realm ancestors in the sect. The ones in charge of the plan to encircle and kill Tsing Hui were Fan Tian, Dao Keming, and Dao Bayan. In addition to these three ancestors, there were also 4 true energy realm ancestors who participated in the plan to encircle and kill Tsing Hui. They were waiting for news here. As for the others, they were mainly in seclusion and would not come out unless the sect was about to be destroyed. 3 ancestors, something bad has happened. The overturn the sea plan we formulated has failed. Dao Xianyi led Wu Gui and Gu Yi into the cave that was mixed with rich primordial qi fluctuations and said with a pained expression. Failed? Dao Bayan was a little surprised. It actually failed. According to our calculations, although Cho Tsing Hui had cultivated the divine grade Golden Crow combat body and killed 2 of our great elders, even if we counted the divine art, he was at most equivalent to 3 or 4 true energy realm experts. If we were not worried that he could escape with the 9th grade flying sword, 1 transcendent realm expert would be enough to deal with him. For this operation, not only did we send 4 founding elders with divine grade battle bodies led by Huang Long, but we also sent 8 prominent divine stage juniors with the most precious treasure of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect, the Void Forbidding Mysterious Formation. It was enough to ensure that nothing would go wrong, especially when they chose to attack when Cho Tsing Hui used the divine art not long ago in the Green Lotus Sword sect. How could they have failed? But they failed. Not only did they fail, but according to the 2 elders, they were completely annihilated. Completely annihilated? Fan Tian, who was standing to one side, was slightly taken aback. Then, he laughed involuntarily and said, Xianyi, you must be joking. Given Huang Long's ability, they could even destroy the Green Lotus Sword sect, the Pharaoh sect, the Giant Dragon Mountain Range, and other forces as long as they were willing to suffer losses, let alone kill Zhuo Qingshu. How is that possible? Patriarchs, this is true. The soul tablets of founding elder Huang Long, founding elder Shintu Gang, founding elder Wang Fu, and Ao Hunyuan have all shattered. Gu Yi, who was standing at the side, said with trepidation. Soul tablets shattered. This time, whether it was Dao Bayan, who was in disbelief, or Fan Tian, who was speechless, their expressions froze. Soul tablets shattered. Are you telling the truth? It's absolutely true. How would I dare to lie about such an important matter? Gu Yi said with certainty. Could it be that Jia Su's so-called cooperation with us to kill Cho Tsing Hui was a scheme? It must be so. It must be so. Jia Su, the Hunyuan Heaven sect, and Cho Tsing Hui must have cooperated to put on a good show. When we sent Huang Long and the other founding elders into the Hunyuan Heaven sect's territory, we fell into their trap and were wiped out in one fell swoop. Otherwise, a mere Cho Tsing Hui wouldn't have the ability to do so. The Hunyuan Heaven sect has guts. Do they really think that we can't do anything to them just because they joined the Shadow Sword sect and don't share a border with us? How dare he slaughter the eminent elders and grand elders of my creation mystical sect? My creation mystical sect will make him pay the price. When the three patriarchs heard this, they all roared angrily. This, according to Yun Kuei, this matter has nothing to do with Jia Su, it was all done by Tsing Hui alone. Wu Gui said in a low voice. It was all done by Cho Tsing Hui alone. How is that possible? It's not like you don't know the strength of Huang Long and the others. If the four of them join forces, any of us three old men will die. Don't tell me that Zhuo Qingshu is more powerful than us transcendent realm old men. According to Yun Kuei's final message, Cho Tsing Hui's divine art is at least level 3 divine art. Dao Baiyan's expression changed slightly. If it's a level 3 divine art, it has a cooldown of more than 7 days, and the duration of the divine art will be greatly extended. However, even if Tsing Hui has a divine art, he's only on par with a founding elder. He shouldn't be a match for Huang Long and the others. Yun Kuei also said that Zhuo Qingshu didn't just have one divine grade battle body, but two. One is the Golden Crow divine body and the other is the strange and powerful Torch Dragon divine body. What? 2 divine bodies? Dao Keming, Fan Tian, and Dao Baiyan's expressions changed at the same time. Even Dao Xuani, who didn't have time to listen to the detailed report, was shocked. It's already extremely difficult to cultivate a divine battle body, but Cho Tsing Hui, who cultivates 2 divine bodies at the same time, has also cultivated 2 divine bodies. It seems that, the news that an almighty in the Heavenly Dome region took a fancy to him and took him in as a disciple is true. Other than having an almighty personally teaching him, I can't think of any other reason for him to have such amazing achievements. Damn it, 2 divine battle bodies. No wonder Huang Long and the others couldn't kill him. However, even if Tsing Hui has 2 divine battle bodies, Huang Long and the others should have been able to escape even if they couldn't defeat him. After all, the consumption of divine bodies is too great. If Huang Long and the others realized that things weren't going well, they should have been able to leave the battlefield. Even if the Hunyuan Heaven sect sensed the battle and chased after them, they shouldn't have been wiped out, Dao Baiyan said with a frown. Elder Yun Kuei also said that Tsing Hui's recovery ability has at least reached the 8th level, possibly the 9th level, or even the 10th level. 10th level recovery. 3rd level divine art, 10th level recovery. Even Dao Keming, Dao Baiyan, and Fan Tian, the 3 transformative stage experts, couldn't help but gasp. 3rd level divine art, 10th level recovery ability, 2 divine battle bodies, Golden Crow and Torch Dragon, and a 9th level divine weapon. What kind of monster had the Almighty in the Heaven Wasteland world taught him? Ancestors, what should we do next? At present, our Create Evolved Mystical Sect no longer has enough strength to kill Zhuo Qingshu, but if we ignore this matter, it will definitely cause an unprecedented blow to our reputation. What should we do next? Please give us your instructions. Damn it! Dao Keming, Dao Baiyan, and Fan Tian's faces were gloomy. A monster with a 3rd level divine art, 10th level recovery ability, and 2 divine battle bodies, Golden Crow and Torch Dragon, he wasn't someone that the Create Evolved Mystical Sect, whose experts were mostly pinned down, could deal with. Chapter 383. Since when would the Create Evolved Mysterious Sect, which was powerful enough to dominate the eastern wilderness, be forced into a corner by a grand elder of the Hunyuan Heaven sect? We must avenge the deaths of the true energy boundary grand elders. No one in the entire eastern wilderness has been able to get away scot-free after causing so much damage to the Create Evolve Mysterious sect. Not the Wuxia Sword sect, not the Hunyuan Heaven sect. Anyone who offends the Create Evolve Mysterious sect will have to pay the price for their actions. However, the deaths of Huang Long and the other Grand Elders have also alerted us to the fact that there are many hidden dragons and crouching tigers in the continent. If we want to target Chou Tsing-Hui again, we must be careful. We must not be blinded by the reputation of the Eastern Wilderness No. 1 sect and cause unnecessary losses again and again. Chou Tsing-Hui is involved with the existence of the Almighty in the Sky Dome sect. No one knows how many treasures and trump cards that Almighty has given him. In my opinion, we should report this matter to the big shots of the Heavenly Tao so that they can understand the Sky Dome sect's movements before making a decision. After a long while, Dao Bian slowly said. That's the only way. The Sky Dome sect has interfered in the affairs of the Eastern Wilderness and has given Chou Tsing-Hui so many top-notch treasures. Only the big shots of the Heavenly Tao can deal with this matter. Fan Tian suddenly said, wait a minute, why don't we investigate what treasures Tsing-Hui has on him? Who knows, we might even be able to take advantage of this opportunity to obtain a large amount of benefits from the Heavenly Tao and greatly increase the power of the Heavenly Tao. That's right. If the Heavenly Tao has enough grade 9 or even grade 10 flying swords, we won't have to be afraid of Tsing-Hui escaping on his flying swords. We might even be able to kill him again. Even if the Wuxia Sword sect, the Qiankuan Sacred Ground, the Six Paths of Gods and Demons are monitoring the top experts of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect, we can also use the speed advantage of these grade 9 and grade 10 flying swords to break their encirclement. Dao Bian's eyes lit up. Then let's do it this way. Investigate Tsing-Hui and report this matter to the higher-ups. Make it sound as serious as possible, exaggerate the role of the Sky Dome sect's Almighty and let the higher-ups feel threatened by the Sky Dome sect. At the same time, tell them that we were bullied by Chou Tsing-Hui because of his divine weapon. This might be a humiliation to our Create Evolve Profound sect, but it will bring us many substantial benefits. Once these substantial benefits are realized, we will avenge Huang Long and the other eminent elders and kill Chou Tsing-Hui. The few Fortune Evolve Mystical Gates ancestors and sect masters said resolutely. The price of killing a cultivator who possessed a 3rd stage divine technique and was suspected to have a 10th stage recovery ability was simply too high. If they were to take revenge now, the creation mystical sect's plans for the entire Eastern Wilderness would be disrupted, and flaws would appear. This would cause their grand plan to be obstructed by the Limitless Sword sect. Thus, using this matter to obtain more support from the Heavenly Tao, the chaos organization behind them, was the best choice. What about Jiesu? Should we inform him of the news so that he can prepare? Dao Xuani, the sect master of Create Evolve Mystical Sect, asked. Inform? Why should we inform him? That little bastard has caused such a huge loss to our Create Evolve Mystical Sect. How can we let him get away scot-free? Isn't he the most outstanding genius that the Hunyuan Heaven sect has spent a huge amount of resources to nurture? If we can make the Hunyuan Heaven sect enrage Chou Tsing-Hui because of him, we can make Chou Tsing-Hui go on a killing spree in the Hunyuan Heaven sect and reduce their strength. Dao Bian sneered. Dao Xuani nodded and did not say anything else. The life and death of a Hunyuan Heaven sect chosen was not something that the Create Evolve Mystical sect's people would care about. Tsing-Hui naturally did not know that the Create Evolve Mystical sect had been forced to temporarily keep the peace after clearly understanding his strength. They could only wait for the Heavenly Tao to bestow them with a large number of divine weapons or send top experts over before making a decision. In fact, he could more or less guess what was going on. The attack he had suffered today was an unbelievable thing for the Create Evolve Mystical sect. Even if there was not a single transcendent stage expert among the Create Evolve Mystical sect's top experts, the other forces should have received some news. Someone must have been covering for them during the entire process. Moreover, Based on the abnormal reaction of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect's Tianyuan division, Xing Hui could conclude that the person covering for them was most likely an important figure in the Hunyuan Heaven Sect. Who's trying to harm me? I'll definitely find you. A cold light flashed in Xing Hui's eyes. With a clench of his hand, broken divine weapons, armors, and flying swords were directly grasped in his hand and stored in his personal space. These people's divine weapons were not low grade and had basically reached grade 7. A few Grand Elders' divine weapons and armors had even reached grade 8, which was a level higher than their cultivation base. However, in front of the Golden Crow divine body that had merged with a grade 9 divine weapon, these grade 7 and grade 8 divine weapons were no different from ordinary divine weapons and armors. The only thing that made Xing Hui somewhat envious was the mysterious void ceiling formation that trapped him. A strange look flashed in Xing Hui's eyes as he looked at the formation flags in his hand that faintly caused space to distort. Even a prominent divine stage expert can greatly reduce my speed, and a true energy stage expert can trap my Golden Crow divine body. Even my Golden Crow divine body's killing move, Eternal Resplendence, is unable to tear it apart. One must know that my Qi transformation technique has already reached the advanced stage, and my ability to use power is comparable to a second-layer Saint stage expert. Even so, I am still unable to tear apart the mysterious void ceiling formation set up by 4 true energy stage experts. If I get 4 true energy stage experts to maintain the formation and continuously send energy into the formation flags, won't even a never-ending stage expert be trapped and unable to leave? A trace of satisfaction appeared on Xing Hui's face. At least he had gained something from this battle. However, thinking of the specific process of the battle from beginning to end, Xing Hui still felt some lingering fear. If not for the fact that he had enough Dao-carrying treasures in his hands to upgrade the divine art to the 3rd stage at the crucial moment, and borrowed the power of the divine art, he most likely would have failed miserably. Thinking of this, while Xing Hui was secretly angry at the important figure of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect who cooperated with the Create Evolve Mysterious Sect, he also considered the importance of the divine art for the first time. When my personal space is upgraded to the 10th stage, I will begin to focus on upgrading the divine art. Moreover, my next battle will be the Battle of Primal Chaos, but I cannot fall too far behind in my life-saving ability. Especially in the Heaven Wasteland domain, where experts are as common as clouds, I need to have enough power to protect myself. With this thought, Xing Hui was about to turn around and head toward the Tianyuan Division's surveillance tower. From there, he could follow the clues to investigate the mastermind behind the entire incident. However, just as he was about to turn around and leave, 2 powerful auras came from the horizon, causing him to pause. In the direction of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect. True element experts of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect. Sensing the 2 auras, Xing Hui's figure came to a halt. Very well, I want to see what kind of explanation the Hunyuan Heaven Sect will give me. If the Hunyuan Heaven Sect can't give me a satisfactory explanation, don't blame me for disregarding Senior Sister Nalan's face and forcibly interfering in the matter of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect's control. Swoosh! Swoosh! The 2 great elders of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect, Tang Sun and Yuan Bei, moved extremely quickly and arrived at the battlefield in the blink of an eye. Feeling the chaotic Yuan Qi that almost shattered the void on the battlefield, Tang Sun and Yuan Bei's expressions changed at the same time. An incomparably tragic battle must have taken place here, and the scale of the battle is most likely more terrifying than we imagined. That's our Hunyuan Heaven Sect's great elder Cho Xing Hui. He's someone who has formed a divine grade battle body, and it's rumored that he has the support of a great expert. Moreover, from the looks of it, he did indeed experience a great battle. Tang Sun and Yuan Bei glanced at the battlefield, and their gazes immediately fell on Xing Hui. So it's Grand Elder Tang Sun and Grand Elder Yuan Bei. Xing Hui bowed slightly to the 2. Elder Xing Hui, can you tell us what happened just now? I also need the 2 Grand Elders to assist me in investigating this matter. Just a moment ago, a Grand Elder called Huang Long from the Create Evolve Mysterious Sect led Ao Feng, Shen Tu Gang, and Wang Fu, 3 great true energy experts, as well as 8 illustrious divine stage experts, to attack me. What I find inconceivable is that so many experts from the Create Evolve Mysterious Sect infiltrated my Hunyuan Heaven sect to ambush me, a great elder, but our Hunyuan Heaven sect didn't receive any news at all. I can't help but suspect that some great figure in the sect is dissatisfied with me and wants to kill me, Tsing Hui. What, someone attacked you in our Hunyuan Heaven sect territory? Yuan Bei was shocked. Tang Sun immediately grasped the main point in Tsing Hui's words and asked in horror, Great Elder Tsing Hui, what did you say? What's the name of the leader? Huang Long. Huang Long. Also, the several true energy experts with him are Ao Feng, Shen Tu Gang, and Wang Fu. Huang Long, Aoyin, Shen Tu Gang, and Wang Fu. Yuan Bei also came to his senses abruptly. He understood very well the reason why Tang Sun was asking this question repeatedly. For a moment, he could not care too much about it. He quickly asked, Great Elder of Qing Su, please don't be mistaken. Think carefully, are these the true energy experts from the Create Evolve Mysterious sect that attacked you? What kind of battle physiques do they cultivate? These people almost killed me. How could I possibly remember their names wrongly? Among the 4, Huang Long has condensed the Azure Dragon's saint physique, one of the 6 saints, and is also a high-level son of chaos with a sacred art. As for the remaining 3, Shen Tu Gang has cultivated the Snake Saint physique, Ao Feng has cultivated the Aoyin Saint physique, and Wang Fu has cultivated the Ghost Chariot Saint physique. They sent 4 true energy experts with Saint grade battle physiques and 8 illustrious divine stage experts to surround and kill me. They even used the Create Evolve Mysterious sect's most precious treasure, the Void Restriction Array. The Create Evolve Mysterious sect really thinks highly of me. Void Restriction Array. They even brought out a Void Restriction Array. Hiss. Huang Long of the Azure Dragon Saint physique, Shen Tu Gang of the Snake Saint physique, Ao Feng of the Aoyin Saint physique, and Wang Fu of the Ghost Chariot Saint physique. It's really them. These 4 true energy realm experts are the most powerful true energy realm experts in the Create Evolve Mysterious sect, especially Huang Long, who has cultivated the Azure Dragon Saint physique, one of the 6 saints. These 4 true energy realm experts joined forces with 8 illustrious divine stage experts to set up a void restriction array to surround and kill Grand Elder Tsing Hui, but Grand Elder Tsing Hui actually managed to escape from the encirclement of these 12 top experts and kept his life. Unbelievable, this is simply unbelievable. Tang Sun and Yuan Bei's faces were filled with shock and disbelief. Escaped? Who said I only escaped? Tsing Hui sneered and glanced at the void below him. Shen Tu Gang, Ao Feng, Wang Fu, Huang Long, and 8 illustrious divine stage experts dared to surround and kill me, so how could I let them go so easily? 12 people. Including Huang Long and the other true energy realm experts with saint-grade battle physiques, none of them were left alive. They were all killed by me. Chapter 384. Tang Sun and Yuan Bei stared blankly at Tsing Hui. They were so stunned that they thought they were hallucinating. Elder Tsing Hui, what did you say? You said that Huang Long, Ao Feng, Wang Fu, Shen Tu Gang, the 4 Grand Elders and the 8 prominent divine stage Grand Elders were all killed by you here. All killed. For true energy realm founding elders and 8 prominent sage stage Grand Supreme Elders. Tsing Hui did not say anything else and took out the 4 array flags of the void sealing formation. If I didn't kill all of them, I don't think they would have given me such a precious treasure so easily. The array flags of the void sealing formation. These are the array flags of the void sealing formation. The void sealing formation is one of the most precious treasures of the Create Evolve Profound sect. Once the formation is activated, it can form a strange domain that seals space. Not only can the cultivators in this space not enter or leave, but their movement speed will also be greatly affected. Those with a weaker cultivation base will be unable to move in this formation. The people of the Creative All Profound sect will never let such a precious treasure fall into the hands of outsiders no matter what. Tang Sun said in shock. Even the array flags of the Void Sealing Formation are in your hands. Elder Tsing Hui, you really killed the 4 true energy realm founding elders and 8 prominent sage stage grand supreme elders of the Creative All Profound sect with Saint grade battle physique. Wouldn't you be able to find out if you investigate this matter? After all, the 4 true energy realm founding elders with Saint grade battle physique are not nobodies. It wouldn't be difficult to investigate their every word and action. Tang Sun and Yuan Bei did not dare to show any dissatisfaction with Tsing Hui's impatient attitude. If what Qing Su had said was true, and he had been able to kill 4 true energy realm elders of the creation mystical sect who had condensed a saint-grade battle body all by himself, then his true battle prowess probably couldn't be measured by the transformative realm of the second level of the saint realm. He had to be an existence that was even stronger than the transformative realm. It wouldn't be a big deal for someone like him to be slightly disrespectful to them. Yes, it was wrong of us to question Grand Elder Tsing Hui. At the same time, the fact that Supreme Elder Tsing Hui was attacked in our territory is also a dereliction of duty on our part. Tang Sun originally wanted to say something out of politeness, but Qing Su solemnly agreed and continued, "That's right. I feel that this matter is related to some important figures in our Hunyuan Heaven sect. The 4 true energy stage experts of the creation mystical sect who have formed a saint-grade battle body have infiltrated our Hunyuan Heaven sect's territory and are only 2,000 kilometers away from our headquarters. However, our Hunyuan Heaven sect hasn't reacted at all. If there isn't some important figure covering for them, do you think something like this is possible?" Tsing Hui's words caused Tang Sun to be slightly stunned. After thinking about it carefully, his expression quickly turned serious. "That's right, there is indeed a huge problem in this matter. How could the people of the creation mystical sect break through the Heaven Yuan division's all-pervasive surveillance and enter the hinterlands of the creation mystical sect? Even if they wanted to attack our Hunyuan Heaven sect's headquarters, it would only take them 2 to 4 hours of travel. The Heaven Yuan division is a force personally controlled by sect masters Wa Kunlun and is equivalent to the eyes of our Hunyuan Heaven sect. How could there be such a huge mistake? We must immediately ask sect masters Wa Kunlun. This matter is indeed related to the Heaven Yuan division. I feel that someone is very suspicious. Using him as a lead, we should be able to quickly find out something." As Tsing Hui spoke, a trace of coldness appeared on his face. "I'm afraid that the person stirring up trouble behind the scenes would never have imagined that not only did I survive the attack of the 4 saint-grade battle body experts, but I also killed them all." According to his previous plan, as long as the people of the creation mystical sect use the void sealing array to kill me with lightning speed, then quietly send the people of the creation mystical sect away, no one will know about this matter. Naturally, he doesn't have to worry about being investigated at all. If there really is such a person who colluded with the creation mystical sect to harm our sect's grand elder, our Hunyuan Heaven sect will not let him off. Tang Sun sternly declared. If Tsing Hui really killed the 4 saint-grade battle body experts and the 8 saint-grade battle body experts, including Huang Long, the entire Hunyuan Heaven sect would face a huge threat if they did not give him an explanation. It should be said that Huang Long, Shen Tugang, Wang Fu and Ao Feng were the strongest group of true energy stage grand elders of the creation mystical sect. Together with the remaining 8 saint-grade battle body experts and the void sealing array, they were not much weaker than the entire Hunyuan Heaven sect. However, such a powerful force had been wiped out by Tsing Hui alone. Just the thought of it was terrifying. If this matter was true, the top 10 experts of the Eastern Wilderness. No, among the top 5 experts of the Eastern Wilderness, there would definitely be a place for Elder Tsing Hui. Yuan Bei headed straight to the Hunyuan Heaven sect to ask Wa Kunlun about this matter, while Tang Sun brought Xing Hui to the tower that Xing Hui felt was problematic. In the tower, the true energy stage leader was feeling somewhat uneasy about his previous actions. He did not know if the reason he had given earlier would be enough to fool Xing Hui. Unexpectedly, Xing Hui and Tang Sun descended from the sky in the blink of an eye. Powerful presences pressed down, causing the true energy stage cultivator's expression to change drastically. He knelt down in fear and begged, "Elder, spare me, spare me. Speak, who ordered you to monitor my whereabouts?" Xing Hui did not expect that the true energy stage cultivator would collapse without him even asking. His expression darkened as he reprimanded. It was Elder He Province. Elder He Province gave the order to pay close attention to Grand Elder Xing Hui's whereabouts. He said that he has something to ask Grand Elder Xing Hui to do. If we can find out when Grand Elder Xing Hui will return to the sect, we can immediately ask for his help. The true energy stage cultivator hurriedly replied. He Province. Tang Sun frowned. It seems to be the elder in charge of the Hunyuan division's Qingyuan path. Let's go find him. Xing Hui said. The person who secretly colluded with the Create Evolve Mysterious sect must have thought that I was killed by someone from the Create Evolve Mysterious sect. Even if he received news from the Create Evolve Mysterious sect, he shouldn't have acted so quickly. If we can find out his identity as soon as possible, we will definitely be able to uncover the black sheep hiding in our Hunyuan Heaven sect. All right. I will fully cooperate with Grand Elder Xing Hui. Let's go back to the Tianyuan division. Xing Hui had already risen into the air on his flying sword, flying back to the Hunyuan Heaven sect at the fastest speed possible. Tang Sun followed closely behind. As one of the few Grand Elders of the Hunyuan Heaven sect, Tang Sun's flying sword was of an extremely high grade, reaching the 7th order. Moreover, the Hunyuan Heaven sect cultivated the Kunpeng bloodline and was good at speed. Tang Sun, who was at the true energy stage, was one of the best. Not only had he awakened the Kunpeng bloodline in the awakening stage, but he had also condensed the heavenly Peng sacred body in the Vision Saint stage. Now, he was flying at full speed, not the slightest bit slower than Xing Hui, who had a 9th order flying sword. No matter how fast Xing Hui accelerated, Tang Sun always steadily followed behind him. However, this kind of trailing continued for less than an hour before Tang Sun's expression gradually changed. Xing Hui was in a hurry to rush back to the Hunyuan Heaven sect. How fast was he flying at full speed? Although Tang Sun could keep up with Xing Hui's speed and had a true energy stage cultivation base, maintaining a speed of more than 1,500 km per hour for an hour still made him gasp for breath. On the other hand, Xing Hui looked relaxed and at ease. This scene made Tang Sun inwardly shocked. Xing Hui is a high-level son of chaos who has the divine art. Although I don't know what his chaos stage is, it must be above the 10th order. And at the 10th order, he must have poured a lot of energy into his recovery ability, so his recovery ability can't be lower than the 5th order. No, the recovery effect of the 5th order recovery ability is far from enough to drive a 9th order flying sword at full speed. His recovery ability is at least at the 7th order, or even the 8th order. The 8th order recovery ability was enough to greatly increase the duration of his Golden Crow divine body. Coupled with the power of the divine art and the various treasures that the Almighty behind him might bestow upon him. It was no wonder that he could destroy the 4 true energy stage Grand Elders and 8 vision sage stage Grand Elders of the Create Evolve mystical sect. The 2 were extremely fast, flying at full speed even faster than Yuan Bei, who had set off first. They shot into the Hunyuan Heaven sect like a stream of light before Yuan Bei. During this time, the Hunyuan Heaven sect disciples only bowed when they saw the 2 coming. They didn't dare to stop them at all. Soon, the 2 passed through the Hunyuan Heaven sect's periphery and landed directly in the Tianyuan division. Although the Tianyuan division was directly under sect master Zhuo Kunlun, it was impossible for Zhuo Kunlun to keep an eye on the Tianyuan division at all times. The person in charge of managing the Hunyuan division was a blue netherworld stage expert called Ho Xiaoyao. Ho Xiaoyao saw that the great elder Qing Su was not the only one who had come. Even the true energy elder Tang Sun had come personally, so he obviously did not dare to tarry at all. He hurriedly went up and bowed, "Great elder Qing Su. Grand elder Tang Sun. What has alarmed the two of you? Where is He province?" He province? Elder He province seems to have gone to the capital of the Eastern Sun Empire. To the Eastern Sun Empire? Capture him right now. Not in the Hunyuan Heaven sect. He's very cunning. I just don't know if he has absconded to avoid punishment. Tsing Hui sneered. Don't worry, Grand Elder Tsing Hui. Our Hunyuan Heaven sect will definitely give you an explanation for this matter. Tang Sun said and quickly took out a jade talisman as if to transmit some kind of message. Not long after, he had already turned to Tsing Hui. I have ordered people to monitor the entire Eastern Sun Empire. As long as he is in the capital of the Eastern Sun Empire, he won't be able to escape. After speaking, he turned to Ho Xiaoyao. Immediately send the order to mobilize all the forces of the Hunyuan division and pay close attention to the movements of He province. Yes. Ho Xiaoyao's expression froze, and he hurriedly responded. After he passed down the message, he cautiously asked, "Can you ask the Grand Elder and Grand Elder what happened?" "What is it?" Grand Elder Tsing Hui was attacked by the creative of mysterious sect more than 2,000 kilometers away from our Hunyuan Heaven sect. Such a close distance, but we haven't received any news. Someone must have colluded with the create evolve mysterious sect. What? Grand Elder Tsing Hui was attacked in our Hunyuan Heaven sect. And the location of the attack was only 2,000 kilometers away from our sect headquarters. Ho Xiaoyao's face changed drastically, and he panicked. Please forgive me, Grand Elder Tsing Hui. This is my dereliction of duty. I will definitely find a way to find out the reason as soon as possible. Ho Xiaoyao, if you know something, you'd better tell me everything. Otherwise, even if you are Sect Master Zhuo Kunlun's trusted aide, he can't protect you. Ho Xiaoyao was about to say something bitterly, but at this moment, he seemed to have really thought of something. He suddenly shivered. I think I know something. Someone has been running to our Hunyuan division very diligently over the past 2 days, and he has even secretly borrowed some forces from our Hunyuan division. Due to his special identity and the fact that he has only borrowed a small portion of the Hunyuan division's people, we did not stop him. Ho Xiaoyao suddenly shivered. Special identity? Who? Chosen Jiesu. Chapter 385. Brilliant Virtue Peak. One of the peaks where the Hunyuan Heaven sect's chosen, Jiesu, resided. Sect Master Zhuo Kunlun had high hopes for chosen one Jiesu and was willing to give him many resources. However, even though chosen one Jiesu had cultivated divine-grade Gang Qi, possessed saint techniques, and had astonishing battle prowess, he was lacking in virtue and had a poor character. Therefore, Zhuo Kunlun had given chosen one Jiesu the brilliant virtue peak in the hope that Jiesu would one day comprehend the meaning of high, deep, profound, far-sighted, professional, refined, and simple, so that he would be qualified to be a true Hunyuan Heaven sect master. Unfortunately, the Jiesu saint evidently did not understand Zhuo Kunlun's painstaking efforts. Zhuo Kunlun had given him a place on Brilliant Virtue Peak and was still unwilling to set him up as the next sect master of the Hunyuan Heaven sect even after he had broken through to the Qingming stage. Naturally, Zhuo Kunlun would not be at ease to hand the Hunyuan Heaven sect over to him before he could cultivate and improve his character. However, compared to his previous sullenness, Jiesu was clearly in a very good mood during this period of time. Not only was he interested in touring his garden, but he was also in the mood to flirt with some pretty maids when he met them. For a time, the garden was filled with laughter. Unfortunately, the laughter didn't last long before it was broken by an old man who hurried over. Young master, something's wrong. The old man said in a low voice. Jie Su waved his hand at the maids. After the maids left, he unhurriedly said, "What happened? Speak." "You asked me to pay close attention to the whereabouts of the higher-ups of the Hunyuan Heaven sect, especially Grand Elder Tsing Hui. Not long ago, Grand Elders Tang Sun and Yuan Bei suddenly left the sect. In less than 2 hours, Grand Elders Tang Sun and Tang Sun returned one after another, but Grand Elder Tsing Hui also returned with Grand Elder Tang Sun." Jie Su, who was still able to maintain a calm expression, suddenly trembled when he heard the old man's words. He blurted out in horror, "Cho Tsing Hui, he's back. That's impossible. Young master, you wouldn't secretly want to harm Grand Elder Tsing Hui, would you?" The old man looked at Jie Su. With his understanding of Jie Su, he could vaguely guess the truth of the matter. "Damn! That's impossible. That's impossible. Old Ma, are you sure you're not mistaken? How could Tsing Hui come back alive? It's impossible for him to come back alive." The old man immediately understood that his guess was not far from the truth. He hurriedly said, "Young master, if the mistake you made is not serious, it's better to explain it to the sect master as soon as possible. Given the sect master's importance to you and the talent you have shown over the years, I believe that for the future of the sect, he will definitely make the decision to give you and Grand Elder Tsing Hui a chance to reconcile. If you have offended him too much, then you should quickly recall whether you left any traces behind. If so, is there still time to erase the traces left behind? If not, then you can only temporarily leave the Hunyuan Heaven sect. Cho Tsing Hui is the disciple of a great expert in the Heaven Wasteland world, and will leave the Eastern Wilderness sooner or later. After he leaves, it won't be too late for young master to return to the Hunyuan Heaven sect. Traces. How could there be time to erase the traces left behind? My plan is completely foolproof, there won't be any problems. How could this be? Are the people of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect all trash? So many people were dispatched at once, but they couldn't do anything to Cho Tsing Hui and even let him escape alive. Jie Su's face was full of panic, and he was completely at a loss. The Create Evolve Mysterious sect. The old man looked at Jie Su in horror. Young master, you colluded with the Create Evolve Mysterious sect and wanted to use the power of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect to kill Grand Elder Tsing Hui? You're so foolish. Why didn't you tell me about this matter clearly? If I had acted, I would have definitely cut off all the clues and wouldn't have left any chance for them to track us down. Not good. Grand Elder Tsing Hui will definitely not let this matter rest when he returns. He's a cultivator of a divine-grade battle body and has a divine technique. Once he's completely enraged, no one in the Hunyuan Heaven sect can control him. Hurry, young master, we have to leave here immediately. Leave the Hunyuan Heaven sect, hide, and come back when he leaves the Eastern Wilderness. I just want to rely on my own ability to do something. Also, if we leave the Hunyuan Heaven sect, won't we give up the competition for the sect master's throne? This is the Hunyuan Heaven sect, and I'm the deputy sect master of the Hunyuan Heaven sect. Many grand elders in the sect have placed high hopes on me. No matter how bold Cho Tsing Hui is, he shouldn't dare to kill us directly, right? Why are you still thinking about competing for the sect master's throne? Saving your life is more important. Hurry. Young master, you have to leave immediately. I will set up a formation for you and find a way to interfere with their judgment so that they won't catch up. Okay, I'll leave now. Old Ma, I'll leave the rest to you. Jie Su also panicked at this time, responding like a headless fly. I'll cover the rear for you, young master, and delay them as much as possible. You must leave as soon as possible without any delay. Before the old man finished speaking, a voice containing biting cold murderous intent sounded from the void. Leave? Don't you think it's too late to leave now? At some point in time, 6 figures had appeared in the sky above the brilliant Virtue Peak and were rapidly flying over. Among the 6 figures were Grand Elder Tang Sun, Grand Elder Yuan Bei, Sect Masters Wa Kunlun, Grand Elder Tsing Hui, and 2 other Grand Elders. Everyone's eyes were filled with uncontrollable anger as they looked at Jia Su and his servant. Jia Su! How dare you collude with the Create-Evolved Mysterious Sect and have them sneak into my Hunyuan Heaven Sect to kill my Hunyuan Heaven Sect's Grand Elder? How dare you! Zhou Kunlun couldn't help but roar angrily as he looked at the terrified Jia Su. Under the thunderous roar, Jia Su immediately paled. In particular, when he saw Qin Su who had come with him, a sliver of fear appeared in his eyes. Tsing Hui, you, how could you? Not dead. Tsing Hui coldly looked at Jia Su. I find it strange. I don't have much enmity with you, but I didn't expect you to use the power in your hands to cover for the true energy and vision saint stage experts of the Create-Evolved Mysterious Sect and let them sneak into our Hunyuan Heaven Sect to kill me. What a good plan to kill with a borrowed knife. Unfortunately, the people sent by the Create-Evolved Mysterious Sect are too weak. They're far from qualified to kill me. Impossible, this is impossible. Jia Su lost his self-control and screamed, his face filled with disbelief. However, before he could say anything else, the old man beside him, Old Ma, had already pulled Jia Su aside in a hurry. He went up and said in a neither servile nor overbearing manner, Great Elder Qing Su, is there some sort of misunderstanding in this matter? Our young master is the vice sect master of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect and will inherit the Hunyuan Heaven Sect in the future. How could he sever one of his arms to borrow the power of the enemy, the Create-Evolved Mysterious Sect, to harm an elder of our Hunyuan Heaven Sect? Could it be that someone from the Create-Evolved Mysterious Sect secretly sneaked into our Hunyuan Heaven Sect, disguised as our young master and issued a wrong order to mislead Grand Elder Tsing Hui? After all, there are countless strange secret techniques in the cultivation world. Some secret techniques can transform into others, so it's reasonable to impersonate others. After the old man finished speaking, he secretly gestured to Jia Su. Jia Su also reacted at this time. Since he couldn't escape, he could only fight to the end. Although he personally felt a little aggrieved, in order to save his life, he couldn't care less about losing face. Old Ma is right. Could there be any misunderstanding during this period? I have always been on the illustrious virtue peak. Everyone on the illustrious virtue peak can testify to this. Do you think everyone is a fool? Tsing Hui looked coldly at Old Ma. Grand Elder Tsing Hui, please don't be impatient. Grand Elder Tsing Hui is the youngest elder of our Hunyuan Heaven Sect and has the backing of a powerful expert of Heaven Wasteland. He will certainly step into the true energy boundary in the future and go to Heaven Wasteland to pursue a higher realm. He has infinite potential and future. Although our young master can't be compared to Grand Elder Tsing Hui, he has awakened the Kunpeng bloodline at a young age and cultivated divine-grade aura qi. He is currently accumulating energy in the Qinming realm and may be able to condense the divine-grade Kunpeng battle body. Coupled with the power of the divine art, ordinary true energy boundary experts are no match for him. Both of you are the most outstanding figures of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect's younger generation and will be able to carry the banner of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect in the future. If you kill each other because of a misunderstanding, it will only make your friends feel pain and your enemies feel joy. In the end, it will fulfill the Create-Evolved Mysterious Sect's wish of sowing discord and damaging the vitality of our Hunyuan Heaven Sect. The old man's words were sincere, reasonable, and sincere. It was as if everything was really the Create-Evolved Mysterious Sect scheme, and the goal was to make the 2 most outstanding geniuses of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect kill each other and exhaust the sect's origin qi. Zhou Kunlun, the master of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect, was also moved. Old Ma's words made a lot of sense. Although Tsing Hui's cultivation base was astonishing and his background was extraordinary, he was ultimately going to leave the Eastern Wasteland to pursue a broader stage in Heaven Wasteland. Moreover, based on his cultivation speed, this day would most likely not be too far away. At that time, Tsing Hui, who had gone to Heaven Wasteland, would most likely not be able to easily return to the Eastern Wasteland, and the help he could provide to the Hunyuan Heaven sect would naturally be extremely limited. On the other hand, Jieshu. Although his moral character was not up to standard, he was ultimately raised by the Hunyuan Heaven sect and had a clear understanding of his background. In addition, he had cultivated divine-grade astral qi and was likely to condense the Kunpeng divine body. His future was bright. If he was punished because of Tsing Hui, the Hunyuan Heaven sect would destroy the heaven's pride that they had painstakingly raised. The gains would not make up for the losses. Thinking of this, Zhuo Kunlun could not help but say to Tsing Hui in a deliberative tone, "Grand Elder Tsing Hui, do you think we should investigate this matter in detail?" Ma Fu's words make sense. If we're not careful, this may be a trap set by the creative old mysterious sect to make our Hunyuan Heaven sect kill each other. But don't worry, as a Grand Elder of our Hunyuan Heaven sect, you were attacked by the creative old mysterious sect in the heart of our Hunyuan Heaven sect. This is my dereliction of duty, and I will certainly give Grand Elder Tsing Hui satisfactory compensation. You can choose any 10 supreme treasures from the sect treasury to suppress your fear. How about it? Chapter 386. Does Sect Master Kunlun think this is just a misunderstanding? Tsing Hui turned around and stared coldly at the sect master of the Hunyuan Heaven sect. No, of course not. I just hope that we have time to investigate this matter clearly so that we don't fall into the creative old mysterious sect's trap and cause our two heaven prides to kill each other, benefiting the creative old mysterious sect. Before Zhuo Kunlun finished speaking, he was interrupted by Tang Sun. Shut up. Grand Elder. Zhuo Kunlun was slightly taken aback. Did Grand Elder Tang Sun not understand which was more important between a heaven pride that was destined to leave the Hunyuan Heaven sect and a heaven pride that was personally raised by the Hunyuan Heaven sect? Don't talk nonsense. It's clear that Jie Su colluded with the creation mystical sect to murder our Hunyuan Heaven sect's Grand Elder Qing Su. If this kid isn't severely punished, how can the Hunyuan Heaven sect have any peace in the future? Tang Sun snapped. But Grand Elder Tang, shouldn't we investigate this matter in detail first? The Jie Su chosen is the chosen of our Hunyuan Heaven sect. We have spent countless efforts and resources to nurture the Jie Su chosen, and he has not let us down. He has cultivated divine-grade Gang Qi and has a chance of condensing the Kunpeng divine body in the future. Even the position of sect master of the Hunyuan Heaven sect will most likely be inherited by him in the future. If we punish the Jie Su chosen so harshly without obtaining detailed evidence, it will likely cause panic in our sect. When that time comes, who will be loyal to the sect? Zhuo Kunlun emphasized the identity and potential of the Jie Su chosen. He evidently thought that Tang Sun had not considered this point. Ma Fu, who was following Jie Su, took the opportunity to hurriedly chime in, "Sect master is right. Our young master has always been loyal to the sect and has never done anything to harm the interests of the sect. Even if he sometimes throws a tantrum, he will certainly consider the overall situation. Especially during this period of time, he seemed to realize that his actions were a little high-profile. This morning, he told me that he hoped to find a place to cultivate in seclusion and that he would not come out until he has condensed the Kunpeng divine body. Master, is that right?" Jie Su would naturally agree to anything in order to temporarily survive this disaster. He nodded repeatedly. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking." When Ma Fu saw this, he turned towards Zhuo Kunlun again and clasped his hands. "Please investigate this thoroughly, sect master. Do not fall for the creation mystical sect scheme. It just so happens that the great elder of the Qing Su ruins is safe and sound, so we can get the great elder of the Qing Su ruins to cooperate with us." Zhuo Kunlun seemed to understand the meaning behind Ma Fu's words. Jie Su was admitting that he had made a mistake and was willing to accept his punishment and go into seclusion. He would not come out until he had condensed the Kunpeng divine body. Furthermore, although Tsing Hui was besieged by the experts of the creation mysterious sect, didn't he break out of the encirclement unscathed? He did not suffer any substantial injuries. Thinking of this, he already had a vague idea in his heart. He immediately said to Jiesu, since you have the intention to go into seclusion and will not come out until you have condensed the Kunpeng divine body, then go ahead. After saying that, he turned to Tsing Hui. Supreme Elder Tsing Hui, do you think there is any misunderstanding in this matter? Or is it a scheme of the creation mysterious sect? In fact, Tsing Hui did not bother to listen to Zhuo Kunlun's nonsense. Instead, he directly turned to Tang Sun and Yuan Bei. I want to kill this kid on the spot. The two of you won't stop me, right? Tang Sun and Yuan Bei were very clear that the man in front of them was a ferocious existence who could kill 4 true energy boundary experts who had condensed the saint-grade battle physique and 8 prominent divine stage experts in the creation mysterious sect's most precious treasure, the void exclusion mysterious formation. Therefore, they did not dare to stop him at all. They hurriedly said, that is our original intention. Since Jiesu has committed such a grave mistake, we should let Supreme Elder Tsing Hui deal with him personally. No matter what Supreme Elder Tsing Hui does to him, the two of us have no complaints. Tang Sun is right. I'll leave this void severing to the great elder of Qing Su. Yuan Bei repeatedly nodded in agreement. At this moment, Zhuo Kunlun and the 2 other supreme elders who were on the same level as Tsing Hui were horrified. Their eyes were filled with disbelief as they looked at the 2 grand elders. Jiesu even trembled and hurriedly shouted, Sect Master, save me. Zhuo Kunlun was also a little angry. Grand Elder Tang, Grand Elder Yuan, since it is very likely that the creation mysterious sect is secretly sowing discord, isn't it too hasty for us to make a rash decision without investigating the matter thoroughly? Moreover, Jiesu is the deputy sect master of our Hunyuan heaven sect. Even if we really want to punish him, he must be interrogated and convicted by the punishment department. How can we just hand him over to Supreme Elder Tsing Hui? Before Zhuo Kunlun finished speaking, Tang Sun had already glared at him. Zhuo Kunlun, Sect Master Zhuo, I think you've been sitting on the sect master's throne for too long and have lost your rationality due to the interference of the sect's trivial matters. You can't even tell what decision is right and what decision is wrong. If you really feel that your ability to sit on the Hunyuan Heaven sect master's throne is insufficient, I can discuss with the other grand elders to let you step down as sect master and become a supreme elder. In the future, you can focus on cultivating and condense your qi to break through to the true element stage. Zhuo Kunlun was able to sit on the sect master's throne because he wasn't a slow-witted person. He only habitually considered problems from the perspective of maximizing the sect's benefits. This was why he had sacrificed some treasures to protect Jiesu, a chosen who had hopes of condensing the Kunpeng divine body in the future. However, Grand Elder Tang Sun's glare woke him up abruptly. Jiesu had received guidance from 2 grand elders, Tang Sun and Yuan Bei, back then. How could the 2 grand elders not understand the importance of Jiesu? But in such a situation, they still abandoned Jiesu without hesitation and chose to follow Tsing Hui to appease the anger of Supreme Elder Tsing Hui. This was enough to prove that there must be some benefits that he couldn't understand. His heart trembled as he realized that he had almost been led by the coachman to confront the 2 grand elders. He couldn't help but wake up with a guilty expression. There have been too many things during this period, and I can't tell what's more important. Supreme Elder Tsing Hui, please don't take offense. Since Supreme Elder Tsing Hui has already investigated this matter and found that Jiesu colluded with the Create Evolve Mysterious Sect, then I will follow the 2 grand elders' opinions and hand Jiesu over to Supreme Elder Tsing Hui to deal with. Sect Master, you can't do this. The young master is loyal to the Hunyuan Heaven sect and has never been disloyal. Don't you know this after watching him grow up? Setting aside whether the young master had colluded with the creation mystical sect to attack the great elder of Qing ruins, even if that was the case, wasn't the great elder of Qing ruins completely unscathed and unscathed? Since Supreme Elder Tsing Hui is fine, why make such a big fuss over this and lose one of our Hunyuan heaven sect's great heaven prides? Ma Fu panicked when he saw that sect masters Kunlun had already backed down. He hurriedly pleaded. You didn't suffer any serious injuries. Tsing Hui stepped forward, a trace of coldness on his face. Since you don't think I suffered any serious injuries, then I'll use the attack I suffered on the two of you. If you two don't die, then we'll forget about today's matter. How about it? This. Ma Fu looked at Tsing Hui with a trace of fear in his eyes. How could the two of them compare to Tsing Hui? Although he didn't know how many evolved mysterious sect experts his young master had sent to infiltrate the Hunyuan heaven sect to kill Tsing Hui, when he thought of Tsing Hui's battle achievements, he knew that this lineup was no less than 3 true energy boundary experts. Unfortunately, before he could reply, Tsing Hui spoke first. If you don't say anything, then I'll take it that you agree. When I was surrounded by the 4 true element boundary and 8 prominent divine boundary experts of the Evolve Mysterious sect, the first wave of attack came from the life and death divine wind when Yellow Dragon manifested his Azure Dragon Saint body. At that time, he used the divine art and raised his cultivation to the transformative realm. Under my eternal resplendent attack, he condensed the life and death divine wind into a single point, which tore apart the power of the eternal resplendent attack from my golden crow divine body and severely injured me. I can't imitate the life and death divine wind, but I still have some understanding of the 9 heavens astral wind. Grand Elder Tsing Hui, you can't. Ma Fu's heart trembled when he heard Tsing Hui's words and hurriedly shouted to stop him. However, Qing Su's face did not change at all. He directly pressed down with his hand, and a strand of true qi equivalent to the full-powered strike of a regular visionary saint expert was compressed into a strand of energy that was similar to a storm, directly slicing towards Ma Fu. Even though Ma Fu was a blue netherworld expert, how could he block Qing Su's attack that was condensed with energy? Even though he had taken out his level 6 divine weapon and level 5 divine armor at the first instant, his entire body was still as weak as tofu. He was instantly sliced into several tens of pieces, dying tragically on the spot. Ah! Seeing Tsing Hui kill Ma Fu on the spot without hesitation, Jia Su screamed in horror and retreated. No, don't kill me, don't kill me. Zhuo Kunlun and the other 2 grand elders frowned at Jia Su's pathetic state. Since you had the courage to collude with the Evolve Mysterious sect to harm me, you should have been prepared to face today's outcome. As Tsing Hui spoke, he waved his hand. After I blocked Huang Long's first wave of attacks, the 8 illustrious sage experts he brought revealed their battle physiques at the same time and launched a second wave of attacks at me. I can't imitate the attacks of all 8 of them at once, so I'll imitate the attack of one of them. As long as you can block it, you'll pass this stage. No. Jia Su screamed in panic, his entire body trembling. He hurriedly shouted at Zhuo Kunlun, Sect Master, save me. I won't dare to do it again. From today onwards, I will definitely obey Sect Master's orders and work hard for our Hunyuan Heaven sect. Sect Master, save me. Zhuo Kunlun opened his mouth, wanting to say something, but considering the attitude of Grand Elders Tang Sun and Yuan Bei, he couldn't say a word. Qing Su channeled his true qi and directly condensed his scorching true qi of the Golden Crow. He slammed down with his palm, and it condensed into a huge hand with a tremendous ripple of energy. He had actually used his true qi to not manifest the Golden Crow physique to launch an attack that was almost on par with a regular physique. I can't die here. I'm going to cultivate the Kuan Peng battle physique and inherit the Hunyuan Heaven sect master's position in the future. I can't die here. Jia Su screamed in fear, and the aura of a divine art erupted from his body. He was like a stream of light that was about to escape. It seems that you're not willing to obediently take the attack that I took. Then you can't blame me. As soon as Tsing Hui finished speaking, the giant palm abruptly transformed into a golden crow silhouette. Even if it was only a silhouette, the terrifying power it contained instantly caught up with Jie Su and crushed his armor to pieces. Even the protective talisman that a Grand Elder had left for him was useless against Xing Hui's claw. With a loud boom, Jie Su was torn to pieces by the golden crow silhouette. Chapter 387. The energy undulations from Xing Hui killing Ma Fu in the Hunyuan Heaven sect had already alarmed many Hunyuan Heaven sect cultivators, but because sect masters Wu Kunlun, Grand Elders Tang Sun and Yuan Bei were among them, they did not dare to approach even though they were curious about what had happened. They could only watch from afar in the direction of Brilliant Virtue Peak. At this moment, when they saw Qing Su conjure the Golden Crow and kill the Severing Void Saint with a single strike, these elders and hall masters could not help but reveal looks of shock. What's going on? What happened? Grand Elder Xing Hui actually killed our Hunyuan Heaven sect's Jie Su Saint. Isn't Sect Master right next to him? Why didn't he stop him? And, that was Grand Elder Tang Sun and Grand Elder Yuan Bei. How could the two of them just watch as the Great Elder of Qing Su killed the Saint of Jie Su? The Jie Su Saint is a heaven's pride that our Hunyuan Heaven sect spent countless efforts to cultivate. Could it be that the Jie Su Saint made a big mistake? But no matter how big the mistake is, it doesn't warrant death. The hall masters and elders were all horrified when they saw the Jie Su Saint being killed, and there was a faint trace of fear in their eyes as they looked at Xing Hui. Grand Elder Xing Hui, we will continue to investigate this matter, and we will not let anyone who is involved go. You don't have to worry about that, Great Elder. Then I'll have to trouble Grand Elder Tang Sun. Xing Hui nodded to Grand Elder Tang Sun. Grand Elder Xing Hui must be joking. In the end, it was our Hunyuan Heaven sect's negligence that led to such a problem. We almost killed Grand Elder Xing Hui. Xing Hui smiled. Since the culprit had been dealt with, he would no longer be aggressive. After all, he still had to stay in the Hunyuan Heaven sect for some time. Moreover, even if he did not consider himself, he had to consider Nailan Fei and the others. In a few days, it will be the grand event where my aunt Nailan Fei will be appointed as deputy sect master. If possible, I would like to invite the two grand elders to attend. Tang Sun and Yuan Bei exchanged a glance. The two of them were grand elders, and their status was even higher than grand elders. Let alone a deputy sect master, even if it was the sect master's inauguration ceremony, it would depend on their mood. However, when they thought about Qing Su's terrifying strength, how could the two of them refuse since he had already spoken? They immediately said, "Don't worry, Great Elder Qing Su. We definitely won't miss out on such a grand event. If that's the case, I will be waiting for the two grand elders at Qinglan Peak." After Xing Hui finished speaking, he gave a cupped fist salute. He could not be bothered to pay attention to sect masters Wu Kunlun, who had wanted to stop him from killing Jie Su, and he left on his sword. It's finally over. Tang Sun and Yuan Bei glanced at Xing Hui's departing figure and then at the fallen Jie Su. The two of them deeply regretted the death of such a heaven's pride. However, apart from feeling pity, Elder Yuan Bei was secretly surprised when he saw how Qing Su had used the Golden Crow projection to kill Severing Void with his true qi. What precise control of true qi. He's actually used the true qi of Vision Saint to erupt with power that's close to the battle physique. This kind of qi control. I have only seen it in our sect's transformative stage senior brother. He really is worthy of being a disciple taught by a great expert. With his qi control, I'm afraid that when he breaks through to the true element stage and accumulates his qi to the peak, he will naturally step into the transformative stage and become a second-layer saint stage expert. Tang Sun also sighed. Transformative stage. This was a threshold that people like them, who had been immersed in the true element stage for decades, had never touched. Compared to Tang Sun and Yuan Bei, who were shocked by Xing Hui's qi control, Wu Kunlun, who was still regretting the death of Jie Su, suddenly thought of something. He suddenly turned to the two Grand Elders with a horrified expression. Grand Elder, what did Grand Elder Tsing-Hui say just now? He is facing the encirclement of 4 great true element stage and 8 great visionary saint stage experts of the creation mysterious sect. The leader of the group is actually Huang Long. Huang Long, one of the 6 sacred battle bodies. How can it be fake? Other than Huang Long, the remaining 3 great true element stage experts are Ao Feng, Shen Tu Gang, and Wang Fu. Of these 3, which one of them didn't condense a saint-grade battle body? Hiss. Hearing Tang Sun's words, Zhuo Kunlun couldn't help but suck in a breath of cold air. He had come in a hurry just now, and only knew that Jie Su had colluded with the people of the creation mysterious sect to kill Tsing-Hui, but he didn't know the details. Now that he heard that Tsing-Hui was actually able to escape from the encirclement of 4 great saint-grade battle body experts and 8 great visionary saint stage experts led by Huang Long, he immediately understood why Tang Sun and Yuan Bei would not hesitate to kill Jie Su rather than offend Tsing-Hui. You finally understand? Seeing Zhuo Kunlun's enlightened expression, Tang Sun's tone was somewhat dissatisfied. I understand. Zhuo Kunlun bowed apologetically to Tang Sun. This Grand Elder Tsing-Hui was actually able to escape from the encirclement of Huang Long, Shen Tu Gang, Wang Fu, Ao Feng, 4 great saint-grade battle body experts and 8 great visionary saint stage experts. His cultivation is truly terrifying. It seems like you still haven't figured it out. Escape? Do you think it's as simple as escaping? Tang Sun sneered. Not just escaping. Don't tell me Grand Elder Tsing-Hui was able to kill 1 or 2 of their Grand Elders. 1 or 2. Tang Sun took a deep breath. When he thought of what Tsing-Hui had said, even he found it unbelievable. It's not just 1 or 2. It's completely annihilated. Huang Long, Shen Tu Gang, Wang Fu, Ao Feng, the 4 great saint-grade battle body cultivators and 8 great visionary saint stage experts were all killed by Grand Elder Tsing-Hui in our Hunyuan heaven sect territory. Hearing Tang Sun and Yuan Bei's words, Zhuo Kunlun and the other 2 prominent divine stage experts were dumbfounded and their minds buzzed. It was a good while before Zhuo Kunlun recovered from his shock. Grand Elder Tang, Grand Elder Yuan, is what you said true? Grand Elder Tsing-Hui actually, how can we joke about something like this? Zhuo Kunlun immediately became excited. If this is true, the Create-Evolve Mysterious Sect has lost 4 saint-grade battle body cultivators and 8 great visionary saint stage experts. This is definitely a great blow to their foundation. Perhaps our Hunyuan Heaven sect can take advantage of this opportunity to deepen our cooperation with the Jin Wu religion. With the Jin Wu religion as the center, we can push towards the Create-Evolve Mysterious Sect's territory with the Hidden Flame Mountain as the center. Tang Sun and Yuan Bei's eyes lit up. Won't our actions cause the Create-Evolve Mysterious Sect to retaliate? Not necessarily. Although the Create-Evolve Mysterious Sect has as many experts as the clouds, the number of true energy stage experts they have is still less than our 9 great sections. In order to resist our 9 great sects, the Create-Evolve Mysterious Sect has sent out almost all of their true energy stage experts, leaving only a dozen people behind to guard the sect. These people need to oversee the sect and do not dare to act rashly. After losing 4 true energy stage experts and 8 great visionary saint stage experts, the territory that belonged to the 4 great true energy stage experts and 8 great visionary saint stage experts will definitely be empty. For example, Huang Long is fully in charge of the Jin Wu religion's territory. Now that he's dead, we can work together with the Jin Wu religion to fight back and conquer a piece of land that belongs to our Hunyuan Heaven sect. Ally with the Jin Wu religion, but the territory we conquer will belong to our Hunyuan Heaven sect. The Jin Wu religion might not agree. They will definitely agree. Although the Create-Evolve Mysterious Sect's attacks on the Jin Wu religion have slowed down a little, the Jin Wu religion has exhausted too much of their eternal blazing sun and does not dare to rashly counterattack. They are mainly holed up in defense. Our Hunyuan Heaven sect knows that the Create Evolve Mysterious Sect's territory is empty, but the Jin Wu religion does not. If we are willing to send out troops to help the Jin Wu religion repel the Create Evolve Mysterious sect and relieve the pressure on the Create Evolve Mysterious sect, they will be more than happy to do so. As for handing over that piece of land to us, they will definitely not mind. After all, if that piece of land belongs to our Hunyuan Heaven sect, our Hunyuan Heaven sect will definitely send people to guard it. This way, they won't have to worry about our Hunyuan Heaven sect not giving our all in the battle against the Create Evolve Mysterious sect. Tang Sun and Yuan Bei's eyes lit up when they heard this. The Create Evolve Mysterious sect had been pressuring the other 9 great sects all these years. In the past 100 years, only the Create Evolve Mysterious sect had been able to devour the other sects' forces. No other force had ever been able to retaliate against the Create Evolve Mysterious sect. Even the most powerful sect, the Limitless Sword sect, could only ensure the integrity of their sect's forces and maintain their territory under the Create Evolve Mysterious sect's pressure. As for retaliating, there was nothing they could do. If the Hunyuan Heaven sect could really take a bite out of the territory occupied by the Create Evolve Mysterious sect, it would not only be the same as expanding their territory but also breaking the myth of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect's invincibility. It would serve as a banner to the forces and cultivators that had been persecuted by the Create Evolve Mysterious sect. When that happened, the benefits it would bring would not be as simple as expanding their territory. Countless experts who had been persecuted by the Create Evolve Mysterious sect but could not do anything to the Create Evolve Mysterious sect would join the Hunyuan Heaven sect, causing the Hunyuan Heaven sect's forces to grow exponentially. Hunyuan, you will personally handle this matter. Do it well and there must not be any mistakes. In addition, although Grand Elder Tsing Hui has confirmed that he killed Huang Long, Ao Feng, Shintu Gang, and Wang Fu, the 4 true energy stage Grand Elders and 8 prominent divine stage Grand Elders, and even seized the formation flag of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect's ultimate treasure, the Void Restriction Mysterious Array, we did not witness it with our own eyes. Therefore, to ensure that nothing goes wrong, you still need to send someone to investigate. While investigating, you can also begin to mobilize people to prepare for a counterattack against the Create Evolve Mysterious sect. Raise the banner of our Hunyuan Heaven sect's counterattack against the Create Evolve Mysterious sect and attract the disciples of the sects destroyed by the Create Evolve Mysterious sect to join us and strengthen our Hunyuan Heaven sect. Yes, I understand. This matter must be done well and vigorously promoted. Whether our Hunyuan Heaven sect can truly reach the level of being on equal footing with the Limitless Sword sect will depend on this. Chapter 388. Don't worry, Grand Elder. Kunlun will definitely treat this matter as our most important goal. Zhuo Kunlun promised solemnly, his face brimming with excitement. Moments later, he seemed to think of something and suddenly said, Grand Elder, do you think we should talk to Grand Elder Tsing Hui about this matter? Since he has such strength, if he's willing to attack the Create Evolve Mysterious sect while our Hunyuan Heaven sect is expanding our territory, our Hunyuan Heaven sect will be unstoppable. This. Tang Sun hesitated for a moment. I'll go talk to Grand Elder Tsing Hui. He has just been attacked by the Create Evolve Mysterious sect and should want to avenge his humiliation. However, if we want him to truly stand in our Hunyuan Heaven sect's position, I'm afraid we'll have to take out something substantial. After all, Grand Elder Tsing Hui hasn't been in our Hunyuan Heaven sect for long and isn't a disciple nurtured by our Hunyuan Heaven sect. Something substantial. Let him enter the sect treasury and choose 10 treasures. This matter can't be delayed. In addition, he seems to value Nalan Fei a lot. Zhuo Kunlun nodded slightly. Indeed. Then, let's think of something from Nalan Fei. Isn't she about to become our Hunyuan Heaven sect's deputy sect master? Since our Hunyuan Heaven sect hasn't decided who the future sect master's throne belongs to, I think, we should make her the next sect master. Nalan Fei. This. Nalan Fei has just broken through to the Qingming stage to become our Hunyuan Heaven Sect's deputy sect master. If we make her the next sect master, it'll be difficult to convince the masses. Convince the masses? Is there a need to consider this problem? You only need to understand that as long as we do this, we'll be able to obtain the support of a terrifying expert whose battle prowess isn't inferior to the sect master's throne. That's enough. Don't tell me a sincere never-ending expert can't compare to the sect master's throne. In particular, the person sitting on the sect master's throne does indeed have good talent and strength. Unending cycle. Zhuo Kunlun thought of how Tsing Hui had killed Huang Long, Ao Feng, Shintu Gang, and Wang Fu, 4 cultivators with saint-grade combat physique, and 8 prominent divine stage experts. He could not help but take a deep breath. That's right, it's the never-ending stage. For the sake of a never-ending stage cultivator, giving our Hunyuan Heaven Sect's future sect master to a talented vice sect master, it's worth it. Go and get it done as soon as possible. It just so happens that she'll be at the vice sect leader conferring ceremony in 2 days. Yes. Zhuo Kunlun responded heavily. As for Jia Su's death, at this time, no one paid any attention to him. Tsing Hui rode on his sword and soon stepped into Qinglan Peak. Compared to the last time he came to Qinglan Peak had undergone great changes. Not only were there more buildings on the peak, but the number of cultivators coming and going had also greatly increased. In addition, it was the quality of the cultivators. When Qinglan Peak was established, there were not many spirit refining cultivators, let alone spirit qi integration cultivators. Most of them were in the true qi realm and the awakening stage. There were even many mortal martial artists in the blood-changing and viscera refining stage. But this time, before Tsing Hui stepped into Qinglan Peak, he already sensed more than a dozen spirit qi integration cultivators. As for the number of spirit refining cultivators, it was 3 to 4 times more than before. What surprised Tsing Hui was that he sensed 3 Qingming realm cultivators on the peak. Nalan Fei was one of them. There was another aura that he had some impression of, but he could not be sure. As for the third one, it was a completely unfamiliar aura. Tsing Hui rode on his sword. Not long after he landed on Qinglan Peak, the disciples in charge of patrolling the peak immediately came up to greet him. It looked like a small world in Hunyuan Heaven Sect. In fact, it was indeed so. Any peak master of a peak could set up a patrol team within the range of his own peak. If someone forced their way into the peak, these patrol members were even qualified to arrest people who were not the sect master or supreme elder on the spot. If the peak master was already like this, there was no need to mention the deputy sect master. Fortunately, although there were many new faces on Qinglan Peak, the cultivator in charge of patrolling still recognized Tsing Hui's identity immediately. He was pleasantly surprised and said, "Supreme Elder Tsing Hui, you're back." After that, he quickly reported to the patrol members behind him, Quickly inform the lords and deputy sect master Nalan that Supreme Elder Tsing Hui is here." "Yes." The patrol member responded. At the same time, he secretly glanced at Tsing Hui with awe and curiosity before he quickly went to report the news. Qing Su's name was a legend in the entire Hunyuan Heaven Sect. At such a young age, he had reached the Vision Saint stage and dominated the overseas region, becoming the overlord of the overseas region. Even when several creation mystical sects grand elders had sent troops to attack him, he had defeated them with the help of the Saint Beast Black Tortoise. Moreover, he had killed 2 Vision Saint stage grand elders in that battle. Such a magnificent battle record was enough to make his reputation in the Hunyuan Heaven Sect soar like the sun at noon. At least on the surface, no one inside or outside the Hunyuan Heaven Sect dared to criticize him. As Tsing Hui followed the leader of the True Qi stage team, he felt that a female member of the patrol team was constantly secretly looking at him. At a glance, Tsing Hui thought for a moment and immediately recognized the woman's identity. "It's you. Supreme Elder Tsing Hui." The woman immediately trembled in fright when she sensed Qing Su's gaze. She bowed in a hurry rather timidly. This woman was none other than Yushanshan, an outer sect disciple of the Hunyuan Heaven sect who had followed Nalan Fei's orders to search for his whereabouts in the Green Kingdom's capital city. As an old person who had followed Nalan Fei for a long time, Yushanshan had always been loyal to Nalan Fei. Although her talent was average, as Nalan Fei's status rose, she naturally received many benefits. Today, she had cultivated to the awakened spirit bloodline stage. Although she had only awakened the most ordinary spirit beast bloodline. Looking at the frightened Yushanshan in front of him, Xing Hui naturally understood what she was afraid of. He immediately said, "Don't be nervous. You had your own position back then, and what you did was out of consideration for senior sister Nalan. I won't blame you." When Yushanshan heard this, she thought of the many disrespectful things she had done to Xing Hui back then, as well as Xing Hui's calm words of comfort. She almost couldn't help but cry. "Supreme Elder Xing Hui, thank you for forgiving me." Xing Hui shook his head and didn't bother with Yushanshan over such a small matter. Let bygones be bygones. He didn't say anything else. At this moment, he saw Zhuo Yunqing, who had received the news, running in his direction. "Brother, you're finally back. You haven't come to see me for a long time." Xing Hui glanced at Zhuo Yunqing. Zhuo Yunqing's cultivation had improved very quickly, and he had already reached the peak of the true Qi realm. Moreover, his foundation was quite solid. If everything went smoothly, there was hope for him to condense Saint-grade Aura Qi. "I heard that you were accepted as a disciple by our Hunyuan Heaven Sect Supreme Elder Fa Dai. How was it? Did you suffer any grievances under her?" "No. Grand Elder Fa Dai takes good care of me and is very attentive in teaching me cultivation. Every time I listen to Grand Elder Fa Dai's analysis of my cultivation, I'm enlightened. I estimate that once I condense my own martial Dao will, I can attempt to break through to the Gang Qi stage. At that time, I can be considered a little master in the Hunyuan Heaven sect. True Qi realm. And, your foundation is pretty good. If you train your Qi for another month or two, you can try to break through to the spirit refining realm." Xing Hui nodded. Even though his battle prowess was greater than the Great Elder Fa Dai's, he was nowhere close to the Great Elder Fa Dai's level when it came to teaching disciples. After all, his path of cultivation could not be replicated. Not everyone could be like him, possessing a fortune jade that allowed him to easily reach the 38th level of the chaotic grade with his current strength. Of course, but before I break through to the spirit refining realm, I need to return to the Cloud Desolate City. Counting carefully, it has been more than 8 years since we left the Cloud Desolate City. Now, each of us can be considered a great expert. It's time for us to return home. Cloud Desolate City. Xing Hui glanced at Zhuo Yunqing. Because he was inexplicably reborn in Cho Xing Hui's body, he did not have much feelings for the Zhuo family and the Cloud Desolate City that he grew up in. However, Zhuo Yunqing was different. Although Zhuo Yunqing's cultivation had reached the peak of the true Qi realm, he had only stepped onto the path of cultivation for a short period of time. In addition, he was only 24 or 25 years old. Naturally, he could not forget the Cloud Desolate City that he grew up in. Is there any meaning in returning to the Cloud Desolate City now? Xing Hui laughed. Of course there is a meaning. When I was young, I heard the names of Jin Go, Fong Yu, Feng Xiyuan Gui, and the others. Each and every one of them were praised as having peerless talent. Defeating them has always been my motivation for cultivation. Now that I am about to break through to the aura refining realm, either my spirit is strong or my control over my Qi has reached the limit. Forcefully compressing my Qi into aura, but according to Master, this is only a low-grade method. The real high-grade method is to comprehend one's own martial will, let one's spirit be perfect, and condense one's own martial will. When the martial will is condensed, the Qi will naturally be condensed into aura. I estimate that when I defeat them, it will be the time for my martial will to be erected. Thus, going to the cloud-desolate city is imperative. When Xing Hui heard this, although he felt that Zhui Yunqing using his true Qi realm cultivation to deal with Jin Go and the others was like a child playing house, he did not say anything. Martial will, no one knew how to condense it. Not to mention Zhui Yunqing who defeated Jin Go, Fang Yu, Feng Xiuan Gui, and the other proud sons of the cloud-desolate city, even the strangest martial will existed. Brother, when the time comes, why don't you accompany me to the cloud-desolate city? No need, you can go alone. With your true Qi realm cultivation, walking in the Lorraine kingdom, who can hurt you? Come with me, okay? Zhui Yunqing hugged Xing Hui's right hand and shook it a little coquettishly. For a moment, Xing Hui could only take a step back and coax, let's see if you have any free time. If you don't, I will accompany you to the cloud-desolate city. If you don't, then don't blame me. Yay! I know that brother treats me the best. When the time comes, I will think of a way to find some free time for you. Let's go back immediately. Aunt Nailin and sister-in-law are already waiting for you on Qinglan Peak. Chapter 389. Xing Hui was taken aback by Zhui Yunqing's words. Sister-in-law. Sister-in-law Lai Wuyang. She specially came to see you. Let's go in, don't let them wait for too long. Lai Wuyang. When Xing Hui heard this, he considered that the Jin Wu religion might still have some treasures that had yet to be squeezed out. It would not be good for him to officially fall out with Lai Wuyang, so he nodded and followed Zhui Yunqing into the main hall. In the hall, Lai Wuyang and Nailin Fei seemed to have stopped chatting and were making their way out of the hall. They just happened to encounter Qing Su who had entered the hall. Accompanying the two were the Sky Yuan Peak Master and a green netherworld stage woman. However, at this moment, Qing Su roughly understood that this blue netherworld realm woman should be someone like Lai Wuyang's bodyguard, just like Luo Rieo back then. She was not a blue netherworld realm expert who belonged to Qinglan Peak. Xing Hui. You're here. You're much faster than I expected. Moreover, you've done such a big thing as soon as you arrived. It's really unbelievable. Upon seeing Xing Hui arrive, Lai Wuyang and Nailin Fei both stepped forward to greet him, a trace of surprise in their voices. Xing Hui nodded at the two before turning to Nailin Fei. Congratulations, you've finally become the vice sect master of the Hunyuan Heaven sect. It's all thanks to you that I was able to become the vice sect master of the Hunyuan Heaven sect so quickly. However, although becoming a vice sect master is a big matter for the Hunyuan Heaven sect, your actions today will soon overshadow my promotion. As Nailin Fei spoke, she beckoned Xing Hui into the main hall. Xing Hui, what happened? Why did you kill Vice Sect Master Jia Su in our Hunyuan Heaven sect territory? Moreover, the sect master, Grand Elder Tang and Grand Elder Yuan Bei were all present. Why didn't they do anything to stop you? Jia Su colluded with the creative of mysterious sect to assassinate me in a futile attempt to kill me. Xing Hui said. Nailin Fei angrily said, Jia Su, as a chosen and vice sect master of our Hunyuan Heaven sect, he actually colluded with the creation mysterious sect to kill our Hunyuan Heaven sect's Grand Elder. This is preposterous. Although Jia Su colluded with the creative of mysterious sect to kill you, Xing Hui, you're still safe and sound. Moreover, Jia Su is a genius disciple that the Hunyuan Heaven sect spent countless resources to nurture. Did sect masters Wa Kunlun really allow you to kill him so easily? At the side, Lai Wuyang faintly felt that this was somewhat inconceivable. Tang Sun and Yuan Bei, the two great doyens of the creation mystical sect, personally witnessed me being attacked by the creation mystical sect. The evidence is irrefutable. Even if Swa Kunlun wants to protect Jia Su, he still has to ask me, Tang Sun, and Yuan Bei for permission. Xing Hui said indifferently. However, in that calm tone, there was a domineering aura that said, "Who else can do it?" That's right. So what if Jie Su is a chosen and a vice sect master? He colluded with the creative all mysterious sect to kill our Hunyuan heaven sect's grand elder. He must be severely punished and his death is not to be regretted. Naylan Fei coldly said, fully supporting Tsing Hui's actions. Although Lai Wuyang felt that this matter was not so simple, considering her relationship with Tsing Hui, she should not continue to dwell on this matter. She merely nodded. Indeed. The nature of this matter is too vile. Fortunately, Tsing Hui was not injured. Tsing Hui smiled but did not respond. Tsing Hui, why did you go to the Green Lotus Sword sect during this time? And, from the rumors, you seem to have caused quite a stir in the Green Lotus Sword sect. Seeing this, Naylan Fei changed the topic. It's quite a stir. Because our Jinwu religion shares a border with the Green Lotus Sword sect, we have a very detailed understanding of what happened in the Green Lotus Sword sect. Tsing Hui, you should be supporting the Green Lotus Sword sect's vice sect master Wen Hui to seize power in the Green Lotus Sword sect, right? The nearby Lai Wuyang spoke as well, and a trace of fear could be faintly seen in the depths of his eyes. Although the Green Lotus Sword sect tried its best to conceal the incident that happened in the sect 10 days ago, it was not the first time that the 10 great sects had planted spies in each other. The news released by the 2 grand elders of the Green Lotus Sword sect could deceive ordinary people, but it could not deceive the true rulers of the 9 great sections. The first grand elder, Shen Qin, had been defeated by Tsing Hui with the Green Lotus Divine Sword, and even the Lotus Ancestor and Nan Shun of the Green Lotus Sword sect were defeated by Tsing Hui. The Jinwu religion also learned about this matter. The terrifying strength he displayed at that time had already caused Lai Wuyang to be on guard. If he wanted to use other methods to attack the Jinwu religion, how could the Jinwu religion resist? Wen Hui is my good friend. He was treated unfairly in the Green Lotus Sword sect, so as a friend, I naturally have the right to lend him a hand. As Tsing Hui spoke, his gaze fell on Lai Wuyang, and he said with a smile that was not a smile, in fact, the Green Lotus Sword sect with the Green Lotus Divine Sword in hand is not weak in terms of defense. Lai Wuyang, you should know this. I can suppress the entire Green Lotus Sword sect with my strength alone, so suppressing the Jinwu religion is not a problem. Why don't we simply have your Jinwu religion's sect master abdicate and let you take over as the Jinwu religion's sect master? When Lai Wuyang saw that Tsing Hui was really going to target the Jinwu religion, she immediately said in a bad mood, Tsing Hui, don't joke around. I don't want to bring any harm to our Jinwu religion for the sake of the sect master position. Moreover, our Jinwu religion's foundation is not something that the Green Lotus Sword sect can compare to. Otherwise, the Creation Mysterious sect would not have been so helpless after attacking our Jinwu religion for so many years. Is that so? Now that I have cultivated the Golden Crow Divine Body, I have a new understanding of the Eternal Blazing Sunday. Although the Eternal Blazing Sun is very powerful, its attack method is too simple. In addition, I recently obtained a Fire Aversion Pearl by chance. It is almost immune to true energy realm fire attributed attacks. Even transformative realm and endless realm fire attributed attacks can be immune to half of them. If the Eternal Blazing Sun wants to rely on numbers to defeat me, I'm afraid it is already beyond their ability. Therefore, you better submit to me as soon as possible. Otherwise, I will snatch you away, Tsing Hui said in a joking tone. When these words fell into Naylan Fei's ears, she only thought that Tsing Hui wanted to force himself on her, disregarding the Jinwu religion's attitude and forcefully marry Lai Wuyang. However, when these words fell into Lai Wuyang's ears, she felt a chill in her heart. Tsing Hui really wanted to make a move on the Jinwu religion. She immediately said, since you have already cultivated the Great Sun Golden Crow technique to the 6th realm, then you should naturally understand that the explosion of one eternal blazing sun and the explosion of 10 eternal blazing suns are 2 completely different concepts. The more eternal blazing suns explode, the greater the heat accumulated in the void. Even if it is the same eternal blazing sun, the power of the 10th eternal blazing sun will be at least twice as strong as the first. If tens or hundreds of eternal blazing suns explode at the same time, it will create a fiery hell that will exterminate all living things. Not to mention true energy realm experts, even transformative realm and endless realm experts will only end up being burned to ashes in this fiery hell. Therefore, you must not act recklessly. The superposition of the eternal blazing sun's explosion. Hearing Lai Wuyang's words, Xing Hui frowned slightly. He had indeed not considered this point. If 100 eternal blazing suns exploded at the same time, the effect of heating the void was indeed enough to reach the extent of burning the heavens and earth. However, the detonation of the eternal blazing suns also needs time. Can't we just prevent them from detonating in the void? I have a 9th grade flying sword. As for where the battlefield will be, it is in my hands, not those grand elders of the Jin Wu religion. Lai Wuyang's pretty face paled slightly. Xing Hui, the Green Lotus Sword sect has 2 true energy realm patriarchs hidden in it, but our Jin Wu religion might not have any. If a few true energy realm patriarchs risk their lives to pin you down, you might not be able to escape from the battlefield that our Jin Wu religion has set. Is that so? I don't think that a few true energy realm patriarchs will be able to pin me down. Xing Hui said with a faint smile. Nailan Fei, who was at the side, heard the conversation between the two and felt that something was wrong. She hurriedly said, "What are the two of you talking about? Even if Xing Hui really wants to forcefully marry you, the Jin Wu religion might not necessarily reject him, right? In the entire eastern wasteland, which young man can be more outstanding than Xing Hui? With Xing Hui's status, isn't it more than enough for him to match you? Why would he need to use force? I reckon that Xing Hui might as well find an auspicious day and directly go to the Jin Wu religion to propose marriage. The Jin Wu religion's sect leader Zhu and the various elders will definitely agree." Lai Wuyang forced a smile when he heard this. "We're just joking." After saying this, she turned to Xing Hui. "I'll find you later to discuss how to get our Jin Wu religion to agree to this matter." Xing Hui glanced at Lai Wuyang and roughly understood what she wanted to say. He did not argue with her and only nodded. "Okay, come to my room tonight. We'll discuss it in detail." When Nailan Fei heard this, she immediately stood up with an ambiguous smile. "There's no need to wait until tonight. You can go now. I suddenly remembered that there's something I haven't settled yet. I'll go take care of it first." At this moment, a figure appeared outside the palace and said from afar, "Is Vice Sect Leader Nailan here?" Sect leaders Hua, Elder Tang, Elder Yuan, Elder Bei, and the other elders have invited you over. They have important matters to discuss. After saying this, he seemed to look at Xing Hui. "If Grand Elder Xing Hui is willing to go, you can also go. We can discuss it. But what's the big matter? If it's not, I'm too lazy to go." The man who came to report looked at Xing Hui and said, "It's not a big matter. The elders just said that Grand Elder Xing Hui was attacked on the road and needs to rest. It's not good to disturb him. However, if Grand Elder Xing Hui wants to go, you can also go. Then I won't go. It's good that you have something to say. We can talk about it now." Xing Hui's last words were naturally directed at Lai Wuyang. "Yes, yes, yes. You two have a good discussion. It's best if you can settle things like the wedding date. If there's anything you need, just let us know. I'll take my leave first. The sect leader and the elders have summoned me, so I can't neglect them." Nailan Fei's face was brimming with smiles. She urged Xing Hui and hurriedly followed the messenger out of the palace. "I also have something to do. I'll take my leave first." Zhui Yunqing and Sky Origin Peak Master took the initiative to express their opinions. Zhui Yunqing even secretly clenched his fist at Xing Hui and made a "good luck" gesture. Xing Hui couldn't help but be speechless. His private conversation with Lai Wuyang wasn't as simple as just talking about the wedding. Chapter 390. Cho Tsinghui, what exactly do you want? In Tsing Hui's room, Lai Wuyang looked at Tsing Hui with a hint of suppressed sullenness and anger. Tsing Hui's expression was calm. My goal was very simple from the start. Dao vessel. I need enough Dao vessel. Dao carrying items. Not long ago, in the Great Sun Crystal transaction, almost all of the Dao carrying items in our Jin Wu religion were taken by you. Is that so? You said it yourself, almost. According to my understanding, among the 10 great sacred sects of the Eastern Wasteland, other than the Shinshao Sword Sect, the Limitless Sword Sect, and the Creation Mystical Sect, no one else has returned from the Heaven Wasteland for decades. As for those foreign merchant guilds that come once in a while, because of the war that broke out in the outer seas, they can't come close to the Eastern Wasteland. Every sect of the 10 great sacred sects has basically accumulated nearly 200 Dao carrying items, but in the last transaction, we didn't even have 100, 200. How is that possible? According to my estimates, our entire Jin Wu religion has less than 30 Dao carrying items. That's because your level isn't high enough. Not to mention that you're only the future leader of the Jin Wu religion. Even if you really become the leader of the Jin Wu religion, how would you know how many resources the various elders and families of the Jin Wu religion have? Not to mention, other than the elders, the Jin Wu religion should also have 1 or 2 hidden true energy realm experts. Lai Wuyang looked at Tsing Hui as his expression gradually turned fierce. Since you know that our Jin Wu religion has true energy realm experts, you should understand that our Jin Wu religion is not easy to deal with. In our entire Jin Wu religion, there are 3 true energy realm ancestors. One of them has not only condensed a saint battle body, but has also been cultivated by our Jin Wu religion to the level of a high-tier son of chaos. He also possesses divine arts, and once he uses them, even ordinary transcendent stage experts will have to avoid them. Although you, Cho Tsing Hui, are awe-inspiring overseas and have suppressed the Green Lotus Sword sect with your own strength, it won't be easy for you to humiliate our Jin Wu religion. Is that so? Do you want to know why, in front of the Hunyuan Heaven sect masters Wa Kunlun, as well as Tang Sun and Yuan Bei, the 2 true energy stage elders, the 2 true energy stage grand elders did not dare to say a single word during the entire process. Instead, they clapped their hands and cheered. Lai Wuyang frowned. She was also puzzled about this. Why? Jia Su's crime is that he colluded with the people of the Create Evolve Profound sect to kill me. Among the experts of the Create Evolve Profound sect that he colluded with, there was the True Element Stage Elder Huang Long, Ao Feng, Shen Tu Gang, and Wang Fu Fu. Other than that, there were also 8 great prominent sage stage experts who brought along the Create Evolve Profound sect guarding treasure, the Void Restriction Profound Formation. Huang Long. As the Jin Wu religion's holy maiden, Lai Wuyang naturally knew the top true energy realm experts of the Eastern Wilderness like the back of her hand. Let alone the true energy realm, she even clearly remembered the names, battle physiques, and techniques of every prominent saint stage expert. When she heard Tsing Hui mention Huang Long's name, her expression immediately changed. Huang Long is an expert who has condensed the Azure Dragon Saint body and possesses a sacred art. Ao Feng, Shintu Gang, and Wang Fu were all true energy realm elders who have condensed a saint-grade battle physique. In addition, the 8 prominent saint stage experts were in charge of the Void Restriction Mysterious Formation. The Create Evolve Mysterious sect actually sent out such a powerful lineup to kill you. And you were actually able to escape from such a desperate situation. Escape? Tsing Hui sneered. You think too highly of them. As the future leader of the Jin Wu religion, you should have the qualifications to mobilize your Jin Wu religion's intelligence department. Why don't you let those intelligence departments investigate in detail and see if Huang Long, Ao Feng, Shintu Gang, and Wang Fu are still alive? Huang Long, Ao Feng, Shintu Gang, and Wang Fu are still alive. When Lai Wuyang heard this, an uncontrollable expression of shock appeared on her face. She suddenly pointed at Xing Hui, her white arm faintly trembling. You're saying, you killed all of them. That's right. Xing Hui indifferently replied, no matter how strong the three true energy realm experts of the Jin Wu religion are, how can they be stronger than Huang Long, Ao Feng, Shentu Gang, and Wang Fu? No matter how powerful the Jin Wu religion's eternal blazing sun is, as long as I don't face it head-on, how can it compare to the threat of the void sealing array? As such, whether or not I have the ability to suppress the entire Jin Wu religion by myself, you will know the result of this battle after a careful investigation. How is this possible? Lai Wuyang's face was pale, and a trace of sweat appeared on her pure white forehead. Her starry eyes no longer had the steadiness and confidence from before, and were instead filled with panic. As long as she investigated this matter, she would definitely find out the truth. It was impossible for Xing Hui to lie about this matter. Moreover, the actions of Tang Sun and Yuan Bei, the two grand elders of the Hunyuan heaven sect, had strengthened her trust in this statement. I need a Tao vessel. No matter what method the Jin Wu religion uses, you must gather a Tao vessel with 100 Tao charms for me. Otherwise, I will use you as an excuse to interfere in the Jin Wu religion's matters and forcefully push you to the throne of the Jin Wu religion. Then, I will turn you into a puppet and control the Jin Wu religion. I will personally search for a Tao vessel in the Jin Wu religion. At that time, anyone who has a Tao vessel and is unwilling to hand it over, will be killed without question. No. Cho Xing Hui, you can't do this. In everyone's eyes, the two of us are a match made in heaven. Even if your parents, your family, and Naylan Fei have all acknowledged our relationship, you can't treat me and the Jin Wu religion like this. There are too many Tao vessels with 100 Tao charms. No matter what method I use, I can't gather that number. A little less, 50 Tao charms. Give me half a year, and I will do my best to gather a Tao vessel with 50 Tao charms for you. A Tao vessel with 50 Tao charms? Xing Hui shook his head. The reason you can't gather a Tao vessel with 100 Tao charms is because you don't know how many Tao vessels each clan has, right? This is simple, I can cooperate with you. How? I'm willing to take out a portion of Golden Crow's essence blood as bait and auction it in your name. Additionally, in order to ensure the so-called secrecy, this auction will be carried out in secret. Each cultivator can bid for this portion of Golden Crow's essence blood. The highest bidder will get it. That's right. Zhang Tai said as he looked at Zhang Tai with a solemn expression. Golden Crow blood essence. Golden Crow blood essence at the level of a saint. Furthermore, it's not a drop, but a portion. Lai Wuyang was slightly startled, and then his pupils constricted. A portion of Golden Crow blood essence. Xing Hui was already at the peak of the prominent sage stage. If he could refine this Golden Crow blood essence, then wouldn't he, naturally step into the true essence stage? He was only at the prominent sage stage, but his battle strength was already so powerful. If he reached the true essence stage, he would no longer have to worry about his lack of true qi. In the entire infinite wasteland domain, which force would be able to stop him from devouring? A portion of Golden Crow blood essence is too precious for your Jin Wu religion. After all, this Golden Crow blood essence can't be obtained in the infinite wasteland domain without 50 to 60 Tao charms. If it were to be sold in your Jin Wu religion, even according to the prices of the infinite wasteland domain, not many people would be able to afford it. Therefore, I'll give you a drop. Of course, this drop of Golden Crow blood essence is only a bait, and it's not really for you to use. Do you understand? Lai Wuyang looked deeply at Xing Hui. She knew that Xing Hui's Golden Crow blood essence was not a slip of the tongue, but intimidating. Intimidating her and making her understand the consequences if she dared to play any tricks. However, just the ability he displayed when he managed to escape from the encirclement of the 4 Green Ruins cultivators who had condensed the Saint-grade battle physique and 8 Vision Saint Realm experts with the banners of the Void Sealing Profound formation, and how he killed all of them was enough to make Lai Wuyang extremely wary of him. Whether the essence blood of the Golden Crow appeared or not was no longer important. You want to use this drop of Golden Crow blood essence to estimate the number of Dao-carrying items in everyone's hands? That's right. As the future leader of the Jin Wu religion, you have the status. Furthermore, you are only at the Spirit Chi Unity realm, which is enough to make those people feel at ease. Furthermore, we are using this kind of secret auction to carry out the auction, which provides them with enough secrecy. I believe that no one will hesitate. When Xing Hui said this, he seemed to have thought of something. That's right, the price of the Golden Crow blood essence is obviously very high. It seems that it is impossible to obtain it without more than 10 Dao runes. Especially in an environment like the Eastern Wasteland's Jin Wu religion, it would not be strange for it to be sold for more than 10 Dao runes. In order to prevent those people who only have a few Dao-carrying items in their hands from feeling that they are not qualified to participate in this secret auction, I plan to add 1 divine weapon, 1 armor, and 1 flying sword each to ensure that all the Dao runes are collected in one go. When Lai Wuyang saw that Xing Hui had planned this matter so clearly, she immediately took a deep breath. I'm afraid that you already had this idea in your heart, right? In the past, I planned to take it slowly. But now, since I have this strength, why not be simple and direct? How can I believe that you will not continue to persecute our Jin Wu religion after obtaining the Dao-carrying items? Lai Wuyang said in a low voice. You think too highly of your Jin Wu religion. Other than those Dao-carrying items, do you think that there is anything in your Jin Wu religion that I would be interested in? Those so-called resources. I have the backing of the Almighty of the Heaven Wasteland domain. Why would I be interested in the resources of your Jin Wu religion? As for territory and experts. For me, the true energy realm is no longer considered an expert. After I have collected all the Dao-carrying items in the Jin Wu religion, the Jin Wu religion has no value in my heart. When Lai Wuyang heard Xing Hui's words, she should have rejoiced, but for some reason, she felt even more humiliated. She, Lai Wuyang, was a famous beauty in the entire Eastern Wasteland domain. Countless people had gone to ask for her hand in marriage. Even the disciple of the creation mystical sect master, Dao Xuani, had personally come to propose to her. However, in the eyes of ordinary people, she, who was like a proud daughter of heaven, in front of Xing Hui, actually, as if she was nothing. This made her feel as if her self-esteem had been completely trampled on. Somewhat unwilling to accept this, Lai Wuyang bit her pink lower lip and said hatefully, I will agree to whatever you want me to do. Furthermore, I will do my best to do it for you. But I also have a request. What request? You must give the betrothal gifts to my Jin Wu religion and marry me. Chapter 391. Xing Hui's gaze fell on Lai Wuyang's body, his eyes carrying a trace of coldness. Do you think that you still have the qualifications? Why not? Lai Wuyang looked at Xing Hui's cold appearance and raised her neck like a proud swan, looking straight at Xing Hui. The reason why you said that I was your sweetheart in front of Nailan Fei and the other family members was to prevent them from pestering you over such trivial matters, right? If you really marry me, from today onwards, such matters will never happen again. You won't have to worry about your family members nagging you about such matters and disturbing you when you go out to do things. Furthermore, if you marry me, I won't interfere with your personal space in the slightest. No matter what you do, as long as you don't tell me, I won't take the initiative to ask. Even if you go out to seek pleasure, I will turn a blind eye to it. I can even cover for you when you need me. Furthermore, if you marry me, you can openly participate in the Jin Wu religion. In the future, if you have the intention to sweep through the Eastern Wasteland and become the ruler of the Eastern Wasteland, our Jin Wu religion will unswervingly stand by your side. When she said these words, her brain was working extremely fast, as if she had found a new way out of the Jin Wu religion. She no longer hesitated about her decision. Xing Hui looked at Lai Wuyang and frowned slightly. Although he was somewhat dissatisfied with this request of Lai Wuyang, he couldn't deny that what she said did make some sense. I have a detailed understanding of the relationship between you and your family. Putting aside Nailan Fei and Zhui Yunqing, you don't have any feelings for your parents. If you insist on talking about feelings, it would probably be guilt. After all, you are the only son of your father, Zhuo Shuri. This guilt might come from being unable to continue the Zhuo family's bloodline. I can help you make up for this guilt and give birth to a child for you. In addition, I, Lai Wuyang, can point to the heavens and swear that from the day we get married, I will be faithful to you until the end of my life. I will never change my mind and will not bring you any trouble. I won't cause any trouble for you. Lai Wuyang seemed to have thought through something. Her star-like eyes no longer had the unwillingness and humiliation from the beginning. Instead, they shone brightly. You only need to give me a status, and I won't cause any losses to you. From today onwards, my body and heart will be completely given to you. No one will take it away from me. If I have any morals, I'm willing to die to show my sincerity. Is that so? Xing Hui looked at Lai Wuyang and asked indifferently, then, if there comes a day when I want to destroy the Jin Wu religion, which side will you stand on? Our Jin Wu religion will never be your enemy, Xing Hui. Lai Wuyang's words were firm. After a while, he said with an incomparably resolute tone, if such a day really comes, then there is only one possibility. I will already be dead. At that time, the survival or destruction of the Jin Wu religion will no longer have anything to do with me. Xing Hui looked at Lai Wuyang. However, Lai Wuyang did not back down either as he met Qing Su's gaze. Their gazes met, and they did not back down in the slightest. After a while, Xing Hui stretched out his hand and clapped. Well said. Then, Xing Hui, you mean, I understand your calculations. At the same time, if you do well, I can also let you get what you want. However, I have a condition. Speak. You can never step out of the eastern wasteland. Xing Hui said. In the end, Xing Hui wanted to find a long-term nanny for the Zhuo family. That was all. I promise you. Lai Wuyang said without hesitation. After Nailan Fei's vice-sect master inauguration ceremony, I will ask her to go to the Jin Wu religion on my behalf to propose marriage. This matter will be handled by you. I don't have that much time to waste. Lai Wuyang's pretty face immediately bloomed with a smile. For a moment it was like 100 flowers were blooming. In the next moment, she slightly lifted her bright red skirt and bowed to Xing Hui. Greetings, husband. Rise. Qing Su said, I don't believe you with just your words alone. Imprint a strand of your soul on me, and I will hand it over to the great being behind me. If you betray me when the time comes, you should know what will happen to you. Lai Wuyang only hesitated for a moment before handing over her consciousness imprint. As long as Qing Su did not lay his hands on the Golden Crow sect, there would be no conflict of interest between them. As a result, even though she would be under someone else's control, she felt that it was extremely worth it compared to the benefits she could obtain from gaining Qing Su's trust. Very good. Xing Hui accepted Lai Wuyang's consciousness imprint, and then took out a drop of Golden Crow blood essence from his personal space. He then took out a divine weapon, a set of armor, and a flying sword and gave them to Lai Wuyang. These are the treasures you will use as bait. As for this drop of Golden Crow blood essence, if you can complete this matter and obtain more than 100 treasures, this drop of Golden Crow blood essence will be yours. Treat it as a reward from me. Don't worry, husband. Wuyang will definitely not disappoint you. The half a year you mentioned is a bit too far away. I will give you half a month. Complete this matter in half a month. Half a month. Lai Wuyang bit her lips, and finally agreed. I will do my best to complete what you have entrusted me with. Then it's settled. Xing Hui settled this matter. Although forcibly conquering the Jin Wu religion could also obtain many treasures, but Xing Hui did not dare to guarantee that when the Jin Wu religion was in danger, there would not be people who would take the treasures and abandon the Jin Wu religion and directly flee. If such a situation really occurred, and he lost the treasures for no reason, then it would be too late for regrets. The broken sword will come to Heaven Wasteland in less than a year. There is not enough time. Xing Hui muttered to himself. Among the 10 great sacred sects, the Limitless Sword sect and the Creative All Mysterious sect were the last forces to be conquered. As for the Shenshao Sword sect, because a disciple had returned, that disciple must have taken many treasures with him when he left. The treasures that could be left behind were likely to be of very low value. Since the Jin Wu religion and the Green Lotus Sword sect had already been conquered, it was only a matter of time before the Hunyuan Heavenly sect collected a wave of treasures. Then, only the Pharaoh sect, the Giant Dragon Mountain Range, the 6 Paths of God and Demons, and the Qiankuan Sacred Land were left. I remember that besides the Shenshao Sword sect, the Hunyuan Heavenly sect's enemy is the 6 Paths of God and Demon. This is a direction to attack the 6 Paths of God and Demon. In addition, the Jin Wu religion is bordered by the Giant Dragon Mountain Range, and the Green Lotus Sword sect is bordered by the Pharaoh sect. The two sects are bordered by each other, so naturally there will be some fighting and killing, and hatred will accumulate. However, because the Creative All Mysterious sect has been like the sun in the sky for the past few hundred years and has constantly grown stronger, even if there is hatred between the many sects, they have no choice but to temporarily suppress it and unite to resist the threat of the Creative All Mysterious sect. Xing Hui carefully analyzed the situation of Heaven Wasteland and already had a plan in mind. After the Green Lotus Sword sect and the Jin Wu religion's treasures were collected, he would directly let them advance towards the Pharaoh sect and the Giant Dragon Mountain Range under the guise of resisting the Creative All Mysterious sect. As for the Creative All Mysterious sect, very soon, there would be no time to realize his ambition of unifying the Eastern Wasteland. While Xing Hui and Lai Wuyang were discussing, Nailan Fei also returned from where Tang Sun, Zhuo Kunlun and the others were. However, she was still a little dizzy on the way back. In this Deputy Sect Master appointment ceremony, she would not only become the Deputy Sect Master of the Hunyuan Heavenly Sect, but also be confirmed as the successor of the next Sect Master. Next, she could call herself the young Sect Master of the Hunyuan Heavenly Sect. But what made her feel even more incredulous was the inside story of the battle between Xing Hui and the Creative All Mysterious sect. Earlier, she had only heard Qing Su mention that Jie Su had colluded with the experts of the Creation Mystical sect to kill him. Moreover, he had mentioned it so casually that she did not take it to heart. However, after a detailed discussion with Tang Sun, Yuan Bei, the sect master of Zhuo Kunlun, and so on, she discovered to her shock that the attack on Qing Su was actually so dangerous. The Creative All Mysterious sects for true energy boundary experts and 8 prominent sage experts had attacked him at the same time. What made her feel even more incredulous was that Xing Hui had actually successfully killed the 4 true energy boundary experts and 8 prominent sage experts in one fell swoop. Until now, she still hadn't recovered from the shock of the news. So much so that when she met Xing Hui and Lai Wuyang, who had just finished their discussion and came out of the room, she did not care whether Lai Wuyang was present or not and impatiently asked, "Xing Hui, is what Grand Elder Tang Sun and Grand Elder Yuan Bei said true? Did you really kill the 4 true energy boundary experts and 8 prominent sage experts of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect? You even seized the Create Evolve Mysterious sect's ultimate treasure, the Void Restriction Mysterious Formation flag?" Xing Hui smiled and nodded. How can it be false? Speaking of the Void Restriction Mysterious Formation flag, Xing Hui directly took out the 4 chess pieces. These are the flags of the Void Restriction Mysterious Formation. Although these flags can be used directly, it's best to grasp some knowledge of formations. The deeper one's understanding of formations, the better they can display the power of these 4-level 10 divine armaments. Although the Hunyuan Heaven sect does not have any high-level formations, there should be people in the sect who have studied formations. Use your authority to transfer them to Qinglan Peak and let them control these 4 flags for you. With the protection of this void restriction mysterious formation, Qinglan Peak can truly be said to be impregnable from now on. Void restriction mysterious formation flag. This is one of the Create Evolve mysterious sect's ultimate treasures. Nalan Fei's eyes lit up as she hurriedly examined the 4 flags. Lai Wuyang's figure swayed. The Create Evolve mysterious sect's ultimate treasure, the Void Restriction mysterious formation flag, has been seized by my husband. At this moment, she no longer doubted Tsing Hui's words. Husband. Nalan Fei, who was looking at the Void Restriction mysterious formation flag, quickly noticed something and turned her gaze to the two with a smile on her face. Since he had already planned to use this method to control the Jin Wu religion, Tsing Hui did not hesitate and said, "We have already discussed it inside. Aunt Nalan, as my elder, please go to the Jin Wu religion and send the betrothal gifts for me. I believe that with my current status, Sect Master Zhu Xian and Shakyamuni Lai Ji should not refuse. After Aunt Nalan's inauguration ceremony is over, I will also return to the Jin Wu religion and persuade the sect master and my father to agree to our marriage." Lai Wuyang added from the side. When Nalan Fei heard this, a smile suddenly appeared on her face. "Okay, leave this matter to me. I will definitely handle it properly for the two of you. Tsing Hui, I didn't expect that in the blink of an eye, you have already reached the time to start a family. I believe your parents will be very happy when they hear this news. Then I'll have to trouble you." Chapter 392. In the direction of the Chongguan Peak, a majestic aura swept across the mountain peak. Even though the Chongguan Peak was sealed, the aura still leaked out and was immediately sensed by the Hunyuan Heaven Sect's Grand Elders. This is the Chongguan Peak. Someone on the Chongguan Peak has broken through to the prominent domain stage. It must be Bei Shongguang. I didn't expect Bei Shongguang to reach the prominent domain stage at such a young age. Good, this is great news. Our Hunyuan Heaven sect now has another prominent domain expert. After sensing the aura, joy appeared on the faces of the Grand Elders one after another. They were sincerely amazed by the Hunyuan Heaven sect's growing strength. Even Zhou Kunlun revealed a look of joy when he sensed the aura. The last prominent domain Grand Elder of our Hunyuan Heaven sect was born 13 years ago. In these 13 years, besides Grand Elder Tsing Hui, no other native Grand Elder has appeared. But now, after 13 years, Vice Sect Master Bei Shongguang has finally taken that crucial step. After speaking, he said to the Hall Master of the Circumference Hall, Bei Shongguang has just broken through to the prominent domain stage. He should need to consolidate his cultivation in the next dozen days. Once he's done, send someone over to congratulate him. The Hall Master of the Circumference Hall was a Hall Master in charge of planning the elders' positions. Due to his great authority, he was usually personally managed by the Sect Master and would follow the Sect Master at all times. Yes, Sect Master. Hall Master Fangyuan respectfully acknowledged, but a moment later, he seemed to think of something and suddenly frowned. Sect Master, Vice Sect Master Bei Chongguang is not even 100 years old yet. To reach the Vision Saint stage before the age of 100, his talent can be said to be one of a kind. Logically speaking, he is completely qualified to take over the position of Sect Master of our Hunyuan Heaven sect, but you and the Grand Elders have already discussed that Nalan Fei will take over as Sect Master of our Hunyuan Heaven sect. Vice Sect Master Bei Chongguang already has some conflict with Grand Elder Qing Su, so if he encounters something like this again, I'm afraid. Zhou Kunlun's expression changed when he heard Hall Master Fangyuan's reminder. He immediately said, "Put down what you're doing immediately and go to the Chongguan Peak to wait for Vice Sect Master Bei Zhongguang to emerge from seclusion." Once he emerges, tell Vice Sect Master Bei Zhongguang about the Qing Su Great Elder as soon as possible. Tell him not to offend the Qing Su Great Elder because of his rash words, or he'll probably become the next Sever Void, yes. Hall Master Circumference acknowledged and was about to turn around and leave. Wait. Let Grand Elder Yuanjue go with you to prevent Bei Shangguang from doing something stupid on impulse. The Grand Elders have already understood the truth behind Grand Elder Tsing Hui's battle with the 12 great experts of the Create Evolution sect. He will let Bei Shangguang make the right choice. Yes, Sect Master. Chongguan Peak. Everyone on the Chongguan Peak, who had been sealed off for nearly 2 years, was overjoyed when they sensed the majestic aura that soared into the sky. Good. Good. Great, Peak Master has finally condensed a battle body and broken through to the Prominent Domain stage. Prominent Domain stage. Once Peak Master reaches the Prominent Domain stage, his status will be higher than the strongest competitor for the Sect Master's throne, Severing Void. He will definitely be able to turn the situation around and become the biggest winner in the competition for the Sect Master's throne. Recently, there have been rumors in the sect that the Sect Master intends to appoint Nalan Fei as the future Sect Master. Nalan Fei has just broken through to the Azure Netherworld stage, so how can she become the future Sect Master of our Hunyuan Heaven sect? In terms of qualifications and cultivation, which one of the Vice Sect Masters of our Hunyuan Heaven sect isn't stronger than her? I, Bei Changkong, will be the first to refuse to accept her as the Sect Master. Ha ha ha, in the past 2 years, we have endured humiliation on the Chongguan Peak. Almost half of the originally talented Chongguan Peak have left. Fortunately, our Chongguan Peak is finally going to welcome the dawn today. When Peak Master Bei Shangguang snatches the future Sect Master's throne from Nalan Fei with an invincible Prominent Domain stage cultivation, I want to see what will happen to those who have left in a short period of time. Amidst bursts of ecstasy, everyone looked in the direction of Bei Shangguang's closed-door cultivation. And Bei Shangguang seemed to be in a hurry to announce to the world that he had broken through to the Prominent Domain stage. After stepping into the Prominent Domain stage, he consolidated his cultivation a little. In less than 2 hours, he had already turned into a stream of light and whizzed out from his closed-door cultivation. The aura of his powerful yet unstable battle constitution swept out from his body without restraint. It was vast and mighty, and the entire Chongguan Peak seemed to tremble under his great pressure. Prominent Domain stage, this is the true Prominent Domain stage. Too powerful. Could it be that the Sect Master has cultivated a saint-grade battle constitution? Sect Master Bei Chongguang only released his own aura, but it actually made it hard for me to breathe. As expected of a prominent divine expert who reached the heavens in a single step. Right now, he has already left us old fellows far behind. The Sect Master is mighty. The cultivators of the Chongguan Peak shouted excitedly at the same time. Their voices were filled with uncontrollable surprise. Who? Bei Zhongguang, who had displayed his strength without restraint, let out a long sigh, and slowly retracted the powerful aura of his battle physique as he was running out of energy. I, Bei Shangguang, have finally taken this step and condensed a battle constitution. I have stepped onto the highest level of the Hunyuan Heaven sect. Bei Shangguang slowly spoke, his voice filled with a heavy and deep feeling. Sect Master. Greetings, Sect Master. Congratulations to the sect leader for achieving great success. The various Chongguan Peak elders simultaneously came forward and bowed with tears in their eyes. But after Bei Shangguang's gaze swept across the crowd, his expression darkened slightly. Why are there only a few of you here? Changkong, where's Yunjian? Where's Ming Xiao? Bei Changkong stepped forward with a sorrowful expression. Yunjian and Ming Xiao have already left. Although Changkong wanted them to stay, those two are heartless and unscrupulous. They shamelessly boasted that there was no hope for them to follow Sect Master and insisted on abandoning Sect Master. They really deserve to die. Left? They actually left. A cold light flashed in Bei Shangguang's eyes, and the pressure on his body grew even heavier. Yun Jian and Ming Xiao, how dare they betray me? But I believe that they will soon regret it. I have already broken through to the prominent divine stage, and my battle constitution is less than 100. I have already stepped into the peak of the immortality stage. What kind of talent is this? The sect master's throne of the Hunyuan heaven sect is already mine. Sect master's talent is unparalleled, and your cultivation is heaven-defying. What Jiesu? What Nailan Fei? None of them are your match. Several followers and elders of the Spirit Chi Unity stage roared in excitement, and their eyes were filled with fanaticism and worship as they looked at Bei Shangguang. Sect Master, if you want to compete for the Sect Master's throne of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect, you have to do it quickly. I don't know why, but the Sect Master and the elders have decided to appoint Nailan Fei as the next Sect Master of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect after a discussion. This matter seems to be more or less discussed, and it should be fully announced at Nailan Fei's Vice Sect Master appointment ceremony tomorrow. Bei Changkong said anxiously. Nailan Fei. She has broken through to the Azure Netherworld stage and is qualified to become the Vice Sect Master of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect. Moreover, the Sect Master and the Elders plan to let her become the young Sect Master of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect and inherit the Sect Master's throne in the future. Bei Shangguang's expression turned cold, and the aura that had yet to become powerful suddenly erupted from his body, sweeping out a vast expanse of Yuan Qi. Nailan Fei. Who does she think she is? She is just an ordinary disciple who relied on Cho Tsing Hui's glory to achieve what she has today. What qualifications does she have to compete with me for the Sect Master's throne of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect? Let alone her, even Cho Tsing Hui behind her will have to cooperate with my orders after I become the Sect Master of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect. The Grand Elder Council is an organization that specializes in assisting the Sect Master in managing the sect. Strictly speaking, Cho Tsing Hui will become my subordinate. What does she have to compete with me? After speaking, his gaze fell on Bei Changkong, and he said with a fierce expression, "Isn't she going to hold the inauguration ceremony tomorrow? Let's go directly to Qinglan Peak now. I want to see if she has the courage to accept the position of young Sect Master in front of me, a Vice Sect Master of the prominent Saint stage." Okay. As long as the Sect Master gives the order, we will not hesitate to go through water and tread on fire. Bei Changkong promised. In his eyes, the Chongguan Peak seemed to have regained the glory of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect's first peak. It should be known that before Jia Su broke through to the Qingming stage, Bei Shangguang was the only candidate to succeed the Sect Master of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect. At that time, the Chongguan Peak was a holy land in the hearts of all disciples. Every true disciple hoped to join the Chongguan Peak and become a member in hopes that Bei Shangguang would soar when he became the next Vice Sect Master of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect. It was not as cold and cheerless as it was now. Bei Shangguang, Sect Master, we have to consider this matter at length. I heard that Tsing Hui seems to have done something extraordinary, so much so that the Sect Master did not stop him when he personally killed the Jia Su saint. Don't you think we should investigate clearly first? At this moment, an old man of the Spirit and Qi Unite stage cautiously suggested. Jia Su is dead. Bei Shangguang's eyes were a little surprised. He is indeed dead. He was killed by Tsing Hui. It is said that he colluded with the people of the Create-Evolved Mysterious Sect to ambush Grand Elder Tsing Hui. Therefore, Grand Elder Tsing Hui personally killed him. Bei Shangguang could not help but frown when he heard this. He knew very well how important Jia Su was in the hearts of Zhuo Kunlun and the other higher-ups of the Hunyuan Heaven Sect. Even if he really colluded with the Create-Evolved Mysterious Sect to frame Tsing Hui, he would not be killed on the spot, right? Bei Changkong saw the hesitation on Bei Shangguang's face and immediately said anxiously, "Sect Master, are we still going to Qinglan Peak? If there are no accidents, Nailan Fei will be confirmed as the next Sect Master of our Hunyuan Heaven Sect tomorrow." Bei Changkong's words immediately made Bei Shangguang's expression turn cold. He did not have time to think as he suddenly waved his hand and said, Jia Su is just Jia Su. He is just a little brat who relied on the divine art to fight against a prominent saint stage expert. Moreover, he committed the grave mistake of colluding with the creative all mysterious sect to kill the Grand Elder. I have already become a true prominent saint stage expert and have made countless contributions to the Hunyuan Heaven sect over the years. How can Jia Su compare to my status? Let's go to Qinglan Peak. I must let everyone in the Hunyuan Heaven sect know that I, Bei Shangguang, am the true candidate for the next sect master of the Hunyuan Heaven sect. No one can change this. Chapter 393. Yes. Sect Master is right. We'll follow Sect Master's orders. The various elders and followers were shouting loudly, their spirits excited. They had been cooped up in the Chongguang Peak for nearly 2 years. During this period of time, they had been in seclusion, which formed a huge psychological gap compared to when Bei Chongguang was the first deputy sect master. At this moment, they all wished they could immediately announce their existence to the Hunyuan Heaven sect and announce that their backer, Bei Chongguang, had reached the prominent divine stage and had returned like a king. In such a fanatical and impatient atmosphere, even the few people who had calmed down could not say anything and could only go with the flow. Then, let's get ready. We'll head straight to Qinglan Peak and pay them a visit. Bei Chongguang's eyes were filled with confidence. When he said the word visit, his tone was extremely heavy. As for the others, they naturally understood what the so-called visit meant without needing him to explain. Every one of them revealed a slightly sinister smile. Wait a moment. Unfortunately, before the Chongguang Peak crowd could gather, a loud shout sounded from the void. Immediately afterwards, the Hall Master of the Circumference Hall and Grand Elder Yuan Ju flew over on their swords and stopped at the peak in the blink of an eye. Seeing Bei Chongguang, who did not even have time to consolidate his cultivation base, and the Chongguang Peak crowd, who were clearly sharpening their weapons, the Hall Master and Grand Elder Yuan Ju clearly thought of something, and their faces darkened. What do you want to do? Grand Elder Yuan Ju. Bei Chongguang did not dare to be too presumptuous when he saw Grand Elder Yuan Ju. He bowed slightly, but because he had also broken through to the prominent divine stage, he felt that he was on the same level as Grand Elder Yuan Ju. Although he maintained sufficient etiquette, he did not appear too respectful. It's nothing. I just heard that junior sister Nalan Fei has broken through to the Emerald stage and is about to be conferred the title of Deputy Sect Master of our Hunyuan Heaven sect. So, as her senior brother, I naturally have to pay a visit and congratulate her. It can be considered as being a good host. Pay a visit? Congratulate? I don't think it's just a simple visit. Grand Elder Yuan Ju took a look at these Chongguang Peak followers who were ready to go out and cause trouble, and couldn't help but secretly rejoice that he had come quickly. He then turned to Bei Chongguang and said solemnly, "Come with me, I have something to discuss with you in private." Elder Yuan Ju. If you have something to say, why don't you say it later? Wait a moment. I'm afraid that you'll cause a huge disaster later. Elder Yuan Ju said sternly. Although Bei Chongguang did not agree, if he wanted to become the sect master of the Hunyuan Heaven sect in the future, he would still need the support of these grand elders. Hence, he did not want to offend Elder Yuan Ju, so he simply nodded and said, "What else can there be? It's just that Cho Tsing Hui. I've already stepped into the prominent domain stage. Compared to Cho Tsing Hui, I'm not that far off, right? Not that far off. Your understanding of the great elder of Qing Su is still the same as 2 years ago when he fought against 2 prominent saint experts without falling into a disadvantageous position, right?" Elder Yuan Ju sneered. Bei Chongguang nodded, but a moment later, he seemed to hear something from Grand Elder Yuan Ju's words, and his expression changed Could it be that Cho Tsing Hui has also broken through? He he has stepped into the prominent domain stage. If you can condense a battle body and step into the prominent domain stage, why can't he do the same with his astonishing cultivation speed? Prominent domain, he has also reached the prominent domain stage. Bei Chongguang's expression was rather ugly. What grade of battle body did he condense? It's the Golden Crow divine body. Elder Yuan Ju said in a low voice. These 4 words made Bei Chongguang's body sway. Golden Crow divine body. Tsing Hui had actually cultivated a divine grade battle body. If Tsing Hui was only at the Azure Netherworld stage, Bei Chongguang would not be too worried even if he had the strength of 2 prominent domain experts. After all, competing for the sect master's throne did not rely on violence, but on influence in the sect. However, Tsing Hui had not only stepped into the prominent domain stage, but he had also stepped into the prominent domain stage with the Golden Crow divine body. It's fine if he only stepped into the prominent domain stage with the Golden Crow divine body. You just came out of seclusion and might not know, but 2 days ago, Tsing Hui returned to the sect and directly killed the Hunyuan Heaven Sect's chosen, Jia Su, in front of sect masters Wa Kunlun, Tang Sun, and Yuan Bei. I heard about this matter. Jia Su colluded with the Create Evolve Mysterious sect to kill Tsing Hui, which angered Tsing Hui. He ignored the sect master's obstruction and killed Jia Su. Ignored the sect master's obstruction. I can tell you clearly that the sect master and even the 2 grand elders, Tang Sun and Yuan Bei, did not stop him at all. How is that possible? The sect has invested more energy into Jia Su than any other disciple in the Hunyuan Heaven sect. Even if he committed the grave mistake of colluding with the Create Evolve Mysterious sect to kill Cho Tsing Hui, the sect master would not watch Jia Su be killed. Why is it impossible? Don't you want to know which Create Evolve Mysterious sect experts Jia Su contacted and how Cho Tsing Hui resolved the crisis? Bei Chongguang could faintly feel that the situation in the Hunyuan Heaven sect had changed greatly in less than 2 years. He no longer dared to have the slightest arrogance of forming a battle body and stepping into the prominent domain stage. He respectfully bowed to Grand Elder Yuan Ju. Please tell me, Elder. I'll say a few names, and you'll have a rough idea. Huan Long, Shen Tu Gang, Ao Feng, Wang Fu. As the first vice-sect master of the Hunyuan Heaven sect, Bei Chongguang knew the peak figures of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect like the back of his hand. When Elder Yuan Ju said these names, he could not help but scream, Huan Long. Huan Long, who has formed the Azure Dragon Saint body of the 6 Saint battle bodies. Huan Long of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect has not only reached the true origin stage, but is also said to be a high-level son of chaos. Shen Tu Gang, Ao Feng, Wang Fu, and the others are all true origin stage experts of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect who have formed a saint-grade battle body. Even in the entire Create Evolve Mysterious sect, they are all ranked in the top. Cho Tsing Hui was surrounded by these people and not killed. Dead. Next, it's time for me to tell you how he resolved this crisis. The method he used to resolve this crisis is very simple, and that is, to kill all 4 true origin stage experts of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect who have formed a saint-grade battle body, as well as the 8 prominent divine stage grand elders of the Create Evolve Mysterious sect. When Yuan Ju said this, his mind seemed to still be filled with the shock of receiving this news yesterday, and he could not help but shudder. As for Bei Chongguang, he was completely stunned by the news brought by Grand Elder Yuan Ju. He stared blankly at Grand Elder Yuan Ju. It took him a while to recover from the shock of this news. It's unbelievable just thinking about it. If the Grand Elders had not personally told me this news, I would have thought that someone was joking with me. This was not the first time that Temple Master Feng Yuan had heard this news, but every time he heard it, he could not help but be shocked. After a long while, Bei Chongguang finally regained his senses and asked in a daze, Elder, is this all true? Grand Elder Tsing Hui, he really really killed the 4 true origin stage experts of the create-evolved mysterious sect who have formed a saint-grade battle body and the 8 prominent divine stage grand elders. Unbelievable. Who isn't like that? Now you probably understand why the sect master, Grand Elder Tang Sun, and Grand Elder Yuan Bei did not dare to stop Xing Hui from killing Jiesu. Bei Chongguang could not help but shudder when he heard this. Who would dare? Who would dare to stop him? He was a fierce person who could kill 4 true origin stage experts of the create-evolved mysterious sect who had formed a saint-grade battle body. Who would dare to stop him? Once such a fierce person was angered, the entire Hunyuan heaven sect would be turned upside down by him alone. It seems that you already understand. Grand Elder Yuan Ju looked at Bei Chongguang, whose face was faintly pale, and sighed softly. Since you understand, you should know that if you really went to Qinglan Peak and accidentally angered Grand Elder Xing Hui, your fate would not be any better than Jiesu's. Even if you end up like Jiesu, no one in the Hunyuan heaven sect will stand up for you. How can this be? How can this be? I have already broken through to the prominent divine stage and become one of the top experts in the Hunyuan heaven sect. How can this be? Bei Chongguang's eyes were filled with unwillingness. Apart from unwillingness, there was also a trace of fear in his eyes. Some people are destined to make us look up to them again and again. Unfortunately, your opponent, Grand Elder Xing Hui, is such a person. Therefore, if you don't want your hopes to be met with despair again and again, it's best to forever hide the trace of unwillingness in your heart. Otherwise, there will be a day when you will bring a fatal disaster to yourself because of so-called face or so-called self-esteem. At this point, Grand Elder Yuan Ju stood up and patted the shoulder of the vice sect leader whom he had high hopes for. Take care of yourself. He then turned and left. Hall Master Fong Yuan also cast a pitiful glance at Bei Chongguang before leaving. Of all the people to be his opponent, he had to choose Grand Elder Xing Hui, who was so monstrous that words could not describe. What else could he do but ask for trouble? A long time after Grand Elder Yuan Ju left, Bei Chongguang was still standing there in a daze until Bei Chongkong carefully came to him with the prepared people of Chongguang Peak. He asked, Lord, everyone is ready. Do you think it's time for us to depart from Qinglan Peak? Bei Chongguang came back to his senses in a trance. His eyes fell on Bei Chongkong's expectant face and the followers behind him. After a long time, he sighed and waved his hand weakly. Let the others disperse. Chongkong, you and I will prepare a generous gift. We will go to Qinglan Peak, to congratulate junior sister Nailin Fei. You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Adventures YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.